This is Omaha, Nebraska, smack in the middle of America. It may not have the glamour of New York or the glitter of Los Angeles, but for college baseball players from Maine to Miami, from Stillwater to Stanford, Omaha is the big time. The efforts of all the players of the nation's 263 Division I baseball teams are directed towards earning a trip to Omaha's Rosenblatt Stadium, a stadium that for 36 years has been host to the hopes of players and fans for an NCAA baseball championship. The fans, like the players, come from across the country, and what they find in Omaha is as much a part of America as baseball itself. Through regular season competition, conference tournaments, and NCAA regional play, the best college baseball teams earn a berth in the championship round. 8 teams come to Omaha in quest of a title that only one team can win. The winners experience 10 days full of the joy of hard-earned victory. The others can only watch the celebration and wonder at the thrill of being proved the best in the land. Tonight, ESPN proudly begins its 6th straight year of coverage of collegiate baseball's national championship, the College World Series. Welcome live to Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha, Nebraska for Game 1 of the 1985 College World Series, featuring Arkansas and South Carolina. Hello everyone, I'm Sam Rosen. It's a pleasure to welcome you to our coverage, our total coverage of the 1985 College World Series. The 8 teams that have come here to Omaha have won regional tournaments. They are the best baseball teams in college baseball this year. It should be quite a battle as they go through this double elimination tournament to find out who will be number 1 in college baseball in 1985. Joining me here in the booth today is a man who knows all about championship pressure, Paul Splittorff, 13 years, outstanding left-hander for the Kansas City Royals. And Paul, when you play for the championship, what's the key?
There are a number of keys. Every club here is a good offensive ball club. Pitching obviously is going to be a big part of it. The team that gets the best pitching is going to be in good shape. But also defense. The team that gives away the fewest runs defensively, they're very well matched. They're going to be in business at the end.
Joining us once again this year for his 6th consecutive year of our coverage of the College World Series, the former college baseball coach at Colorado, Irv Brown. He's down on the field right now. Irv?
Thank you, Sam, and Lefty, welcome. This is going to be fun. You know, Sam, last year there was great criticism of the defense in the series. People felt that the players were not making the plays. Well, I went out on the field. It's in much better shape. They've added a soil additive. I think you'll see better defense. One thing to look for, the grass around home plate is very thick. I watched the players as they were standing there. You couldn't even see their spikes. The bunts were dropping and stopping during batting practice. I think it's going to be a big factor. Back upstairs, you guys. Let's have a good one.
We'll be getting a lot of insight on the College World Series from field level from Irv Brown throughout the World Series. As Paul mentioned, the top teams in college baseball are here in Omaha. Let's take a look at the teams that will play in the College World Series. The Midwest Regional was held in Stillwater, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma State won it. The Cowboys, coached by Gary Ward, are in the College World Series for the 5th year in a row. The South 1 Regional was held in Starkville, Mississippi, and hometown Mississippi State, coached by Ron Polk, won a trip to Omaha for the first time since 1981. Out west in Palo Alto, California, the Stanford Cardinal came through as West 1 champs and play in the College World Series for the 3rd time in the last 4 years. The Atlantic Regional was in Coral Gables, and a big late-inning comeback by Ron Fraser's Miami Hurricanes brought them to Omaha for the 8th time. The West 2 Regional was held in Fresno, California, and saw two-time national champion Arizona win the regional and advance to the College World Series for the 13th time. And in Austin, Texas, the Longhorns of Texas, winners in 1983, runners-up last year, won the Central Regional and make their 24th College World Series appearance. You will see those 6 teams later on in our coverage of the College World Series, but tonight it is game 1 with Arkansas against South Carolina. Arkansas, winners of the South 2 Regional. They come in as the hottest team in college baseball, having won 16 in a row.
Haven't lost for a full month. You want to have your team playing well when you go to postseason play. Arkansas appears to be doing that better than anybody else here in Omaha, and that has the coaches worried.
Now, South Carolina is a hard-hitting ball club. Now you take a look at Arkansas, 16 wins in a row. Look at some of the teams that they have knocked off. Texas, they beat them 4 out of 5 this year, twice in the Southwest Conference Tournament. Arkansas won that tournament. South Carolina, they are the East Regional champions. They've played very well this season, having won 47 games. It's a hard-hitting ball club that hits a lot of home runs.
Set a school record for home runs. Rosenblatt Stadium is a lot bigger than the one back home in Columbia, South Carolina. They may have to learn how to manufacture runs in this series.
But it is a good lineup. 7 players or more with 7 players with 10 or more home runs. Joe Dayton, the first baseman, leads the team with a school record 23. Pitching, of course, as Paul mentioned, is a key. For South Carolina, they are going with their ace, Mike Cook.
16-game winner, first-team All-American. First game is very important.
Now, for Arkansas, they are going with a bit of a surprise. A right-hander, Howard Hilton, who's 7-1. He's not their number 1 man.
He's actually the number 3 man. Only made 4 starts all season long. All of them in the last month. He's won every one of them. He's the hottest pitcher on the team.
Now, Arkansas wants to get to the late innings. They've got an outstanding reliever in Tom Dietz.
Big, tall right-hander, submarine-style pitcher. So I know a little bit about the Submariners from the guys I played with, and it'll be interesting to see him operate.
Okay, that sets it up. Game 1 of the 1985 College World Series. South Carolina, 47-20. Arkansas, 49-13. Game 1 of the 1985 College World Series is being brought to you by Bud Light, the less filling light beer with the first name and taste. And by Honda Power Equipment, lawnmowers and generators that are built to last. The Gamecocks of South Carolina, winners of the East Regional, are coached by June Raines, who's in his 9th season. Leading off is the shortstop Jeff Barnes, a sophomore from Fairview, Pennsylvania. He started every game this season. Batting second, the left fielder Rob Reinhardt. He leads the team with a .397 batting average. Batting third, first baseman Joe Dayton, who set school records with 23 homers and 87 RBIs. Batting fourth, the designated hitter Charlie Aldridge, a sophomore from Northfield, Illinois. Batting fifth, the center fielder Scott Mackey, a senior who has 20 RBIs in his last 11 games. Batting sixth, right fielder Keith Killian, a senior who's hitting .312. Batting seventh, the catcher Jeff Churchich, a junior from Omaha, Nebraska. Batting eighth, the third baseman Dave Hollins, a freshman from West Seneca, New York, hitting .285. And batting ninth, the second baseman Riley Polk, a junior from Columbia, South Carolina. Taking around the infield for Arkansas at first base, it's junior Dave Patterson. At second base, it's Ellis Roby.
A lot of speed at second base.
At shortstop, Derek Richardson. And around at third base is the All-America Jeff King.
A clutch hitter.
In left field, Norm Roberts. Here's a man with a lot of power as well. Speed man in center field, Mike Loggins.
Great defensively.
And out in right field, Mark Jackson. Behind the plate, Doyle Wilson, a man who's got a 16-game hitting streak. And on the mound is right-hander Howard Hilton from Oxnard, California. He stands 6'3", 245. He's a senior, and as Paul mentioned, he's the hottest pitcher on the staff right now.
He's a hot pitcher on the staff. He's got a fastball in the mid-80s. Got pretty good movement on it at times. Good, quick, hard slider. The key to him is going to be throwing strikes.
Howard Hilton getting the start in game 1 of the College World Series. And South Carolina, with a record of 47-20, sends shortstop Jeff Barnes to the plate, a sophomore from Fairview, Pennsylvania. He's hitting .359, 10 home runs, and 43 RBIs. Nice production from the leadoff man. First pitch of the College World Series, a fastball low. And we are underway. A minimum of 14 games we will bring you, possibly 15, to determine the champion of college baseball. Up the middle, the center field, a base hit for Jeff Barnes. South Carolina, good hitting ball club, gets it going right away.
Jeff Barnes is an outstanding leadoff man, a switch hitter, actually a better left-handed hitter than right-handed hitter.
Murray Stray is calling balls and strikes in game one. First base umpire is Gus Steiner. Tony Patch is at second base. And Dan Peterson, a rookie in the College World Series, is down at third. Rob Reinhardt stands in. Throw to first is not in time. Reinhardt, leading hitter on the South Carolina team, hitting over 400 most of the season. Just dropped under, hitting at .397. Good fastball from the right-hander Howard Hilton.
Actually, Rob Reinhardt got off to a very poor start, was hitting under 200 through the first 16 ball games, but since then it's been hitting over 450.
Outfield straightaway, throw to first, and Barnes is back. South Carolina not likely to run. You see the numbers on Barnes, just 6 attempts, has stolen 5. Might play a little bit of hit and run, but they won't try to steal. Ball gets away from the catcher Wilson, and on to second base goes Barnes. Count is 1-1 on Reinhardt.
Sam, this ball very close to the strike zone. Really not much excuse for that ball getting away.
5th overall for South Carolina. Up in the air, in the infield. Derek Richardson lets Jeff King, the third baseman, call and take it all the way in front of second base. Well, a brief threat, a mild threat for South Carolina, but Hilton pitches out of it, and South Carolina does not score in the top half of the first inning. Arkansas coming to bat. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Razorbacks of Arkansas. The Razorbacks of Arkansas, winners of the South 2 Regional, are coached by Norm DeBryan in his 16th season. Leading off, designated hitter Ralph Krause, a junior from Plano, Texas. He's hitting .339. Batting second, the first baseman Dave Patterson, a junior who leads the team in hitting with a .373 average. Batting third, center fielder Mike Loggins, a junior who was all Southwest Conference this year. The cleanup man is third baseman Jeff King, a sophomore who leads the team with 16 homers and 80 RBIs. Batting fifth, left fielder Norm Roberts, a senior who's hitting .335. Batting sixth, right fielder Mark Jackson, a junior from North Little Rock, Arkansas. Batting seventh, shortstop Derek Richardson, a senior from Fort Smith, Arkansas, hitting .281. Batting eighth, the catcher Doyle Wilson, a junior from Chandler, Arizona. He has a 16-game hitting streak going. And batting ninth, second baseman Ellis Roby, a junior from North Little Rock, Arkansas. The defense for South Carolina. Joe Dayton is the first baseman, running down that errant throw. At second base is Riley Polk,
A transfer from Clemson University.
and a walk-on who made the team at South Carolina. The shortstop Jeff Barnes. The third baseman is freshman Dave Hollins. Out in left field is Rob Reinhardt. In center field, Scott Mackey.
Excellent defensively.
And in right field is Keith Killian. After 3 years as a reserve, he's now a starter. Behind the plate is Jeff Churchich.
The ballet catcher for Mike Cook.
He catches every game that Cook pitches. And the right-hander, a junior, Mike Cook, is on the mound. What a year he's had. He stands 6'3", 195. He's won 16 and lost 2.
He'll give you several different looks. He's three-quarter pitcher, will occasionally drop down. A good fastball. He'll throw 2 fastballs, a sinking fastball and what they'll call a four-seam fastball that he'll try to ride in on the right-handers. The fastball is his best pitch. He's a power pitcher.
There's right-hander Mike Cook. Outside, ball 1 to the leadoff man, Ralph Krause, the designated hitter. Krause is a junior from Plano, Texas. Comes in hitting .344, made the all-tournament team in the South 2 Regional. Count is 1-1. Outfield shades him around towards left. Good fastball by Cook. Wind, which was blowing quite hard earlier in the day, has kind of subsided a bit.
Ralph Krause having a little trouble catching up with that fastball that's up around the letters, having trouble getting on top of it.
Curveball is hit into right field. That one he got on top of. So each team with a leadoff base hit. Let's see what Arkansas tries to do to get something going here in the first inning. Take a look at Rosenblatt Stadium as we return for our 6th year here of coverage of the World Series. 343 down the lines, 370 in the power alleys. Long poke to center field, 420 in dead center. Dave Patterson, the leading hitter on this ball club. First baseman good for each team. Patterson in at 373. Most valuable player in the Southwest Conference Tournament and in the South 2 Regional Tournament.
A good contact hitter. They like to hit and run with him occasionally.
Krause is running. Pitch is swung on and missed. The throw is not in time. Krause has stolen the base.
Sam, we saw the hit and run on that occasion. Peterson really got a fair ball to handle, was down in the strike zone. Covering for the runner.
Mask jumped a little bit on Churchich. Wasn't too happy with the throw. Krause steals the base. Count is 1-1 on Dave Patterson, who fouls it back, strike 2. 8th stolen base of the year for Ralph Krause. Patterson is a junior from Ventura, California, a junior college transfer. And a big surprise. I don't think they thought he would hit as well as he had. Sidearm curve breaks outside.
And with a man on second base, nobody out, let's see if David Patterson tries to put that ball on the ground on the right side, moving that man over to third base.
And the sidearm breaking pitch. This one stays inside. The count is full. Cook was 6-3 last year as a sophomore, 16-2 this year. Fastball hit in the air, foul, out of the ballpark. We're in the bottom half of the first inning. Game 1 of the 1985 College World Series, Arkansas and South Carolina. Breaking ball hit in the air to deep right center field, and that ball is caught beautifully. What a fine running catch by Loggins. Excuse me, by Mackey. Scott Mackey going back to run it down.
Well, we said Scott Mackey was excellent defensively. Actually, Mike Cook is showing a good fastball so far this evening. He's gotten in a little trouble with that breaking ball. Threw the ball by Ralph Krause, the first at bat. Here we see Scott Mackey going back. Excellent catch, about a step from the track, pulling up right at the fence.
On the play, Krause tagged and went to third. Nice play by Scott Mackey. So Arkansas with a runner at third. One man out. And center fielder Mike Loggins standing in. Loggins hasn't played in a week. He hurt his ankle in the first game of the regional on a follow-through of the swing. Hit himself with the bat in the ankle, bruised the ankle pretty badly, and sat out the remainder of the tournament.
Actually was a questionable starter for today's game.
Third baseman is in for South Carolina. Hollins right at the edge of the grass. Rest of the infield is back. Changeup, a good pitch by Scott. Loggins, all Southwest Conference this year, hitting .365. There you see Dave Hollins in at the edge of the grass. Got the outside corner. Scott's got a good breaking ball. Rather Cook, excuse me.
Throwing the ball pretty well. Has gotten in trouble with the breaking ball a couple times by getting it up in the strike zone.
Outside, 1-2 with a waste pitch.
We see Dave Hollins at third base off the line quite a bit. They will do that quite a bit. He moves to his right so well and has such a strong arm they can actually give the line.
That fastball in at the ankles. 2-2. Mike Loggins, a junior from Crossett, Arkansas. Not a big guy, but they say the balls jump off his bat. He's got 10 home runs. Breaking ball got him. Good pitch by Mike Cook. He's really sharp with a breaking pitch. Two men out. in the first inning, and a runner at third for Arkansas. That's Dave Van Horn, graduate assistant, coaching at first, and Doug Clark, who works with the hitters. He's the hitting coach for Arkansas, coaching at third. Sidearm fastball got the outside corner. Jeff King just had a spectacular year, hitting .356, 16 homers, 80 RBIs. Breaking ball got the inside corner. King leads the team in home runs and RBIs. I mean, it looked like he came over the top with that pitch. He's been coming from the side. Cook giving Arkansas different looks.
South Carolina coaching staff said that he would give a number of different looks as far as moving the ball around his release point.
Missed the inside corner. Count is 1-2. 2 men out and a runner at third for Arkansas. That one's outside and in the dirt. Seems to be wasting the fastball.
He seems to want to pitch with his breaking ball right now, and he's shown a good fastball. Got a good sharp breaking ball when it's down in the strike zone.
Cook with a long look. 2-2. Breaking ball, strike three. So each team stranding a runner in scoring position in the first inning. We played one here in game one of the 1985 College World Series. South Carolina and Arkansas, no score. Coming up, it's game two of the College World Series at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Mississippi State goes against Oklahoma State, and we should get some hard hitting in that one. Mississippi State with a great duo of Palmeiro and Clark. Oklahoma State with a home run and RBI king, Pete Incaviglia. That's coming up later on this evening, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Good crowd here at Rosenblatt Stadium as we get underway in the College World Series. Scott Mackey made that fine catch in the bottom half of the first inning. Leads off to start the second here for South Carolina. Mackey is a senior from Southington, Connecticut. Howard Hilton delivers high and away, ball one.
Scott Mackey coming back from a foot injury he received earlier this year after he ran into a fence on a play very similar to the one we saw in the last half inning.
Mackey has really been hot in the last dozen games. He's lifted his batting average from 260 up to 319. Let's check in with Irv Brown down on the field. Irv?
Yeah, split ground level down here. This guy's a sinker ball pitcher, and he's got a few pitches up in that first inning. They talked to him. They got that one down nice, but they talked to him in between innings about getting it down. Paul, I don't know if you know it or not, this guy used to weigh 280 pounds when he was a JC pitcher. I'd say he slimmed down a bunch.
Still pretty big, though. Breaking ball hangs high, but Mackey fouls it back.
Still a whole lot big at 6'3", 245. I think some people don't realize how much work it takes to lose that kind of weight. His real problems has been, even though he's big, he's not really that much overpowering. He has to stay within himself, do the things that he's capable of doing. Like Irv mentioned, keep the ball down in the strike zone. Don't try to overpower all the time.
Mackey hits it hard to right field. Jackson has trouble with the sun, but makes the catch. The Sunfield in right field, and Mark Jackson had some difficulty and had to jump to make the catch. One man out as Hilton shakes his head. That ball was hit hard by Scott Mackey.
Actually, very happy it's hit right at one of his defensive players. 6'3", 245, right-handed senior.
Right fielder, Keith Killian.
Tries to use that weight to his advantage.
One man out in the top half of the second inning. And Keith Killian, the right fielder, stands in, takes ball one. Killian, a senior from West Columbia, South Carolina. He's quite a story. A few years ago, he was in a tremendous car accident and was able to recover. And now as a starter, this one out to right field. Jackson has no problems with that one. 2 men out.
Mark Jackson will feel a lot more comfortable on a ball, a high fly ball like that, rather than that line drive, battling the sun. Also a ball hit directly over his head. That was a very difficult play off Mackey's bat.
2 men out in the top half of the second inning, and the catcher, Jeff Churchich. This is home for Jeff, native of Omaha, Nebraska. Transferred to, swings at a fastball, strike one. He transferred to South Carolina from Miami-Dade North Junior College. Breaking ball over the top. Nice pitch.
And headed down in the strike zone. Jeff Churchich's father was also a teammate of Coach June Raines, is where that connection was made.
0-2 from Howard Hilton. Breaking ball on the ground to short. Derek Richardson across to Dave Patterson. Sides retired. 1-2-3 in the top of the second for South Carolina. Game 1 of the College World Series. There is no score. 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup. 2 up for Arkansas as we go to the bottom of the second. Well, we talked about all the hitting thus far. We got a little pitching going here in Game 1 of the College World Series. Mike Cook for South Carolina, Howard Hilton for Arkansas. Arkansas coming to bat to start the second inning, and left fielder Norm Roberts will lead it off.
Sam, both pitchers have gone out very aggressively. They've come out throwing strikes. They're throwing pretty hard. Got a good breaking ball when they got it down in the strike zone. If they continue to do that, you can look for a low-scoring game regardless of how good the two offenses are.
Mike Cook has won 30 games in 3 years at South Carolina. Good fastball. Start the bottom of the second. Norm Roberts, a senior from Texarkana, Texas. 13 home runs this year, number 2 on the Arkansas team in home runs. Good fastball. So Cook, who went with the breaking ball in the first inning, has gone fastball, fastball to Norm Roberts to start the second. That breaking ball hit deep to left center field and will go through to the wall. One hop up against the fence. Roberts on his way to second, holds on with a double. Norm Roberts hitting the ball deep to left center field. One bounce up against the fence.
After getting way ahead in the count, Mike Cook threw a pitch really too good for an 0-2 pitch. Even though it was a breaking ball, over the plate a little bit too much. You really need to make a pitch out of the strike zone, see if the hitter's going to get himself out for you. Don't want to get hurt on an 0-2 pitch.
10th double of the year for Norm Roberts. Here's Mark Jackson, a junior from North Little Rock, Arkansas, the right fielder. Hitting .312. He has 9 home runs. Arkansas finished 3rd in the Southwest Conference in regular season play, then won the conference tournament, beat Texas twice in the conference postseason tournament. Good breaking ball from Cook. And as we mentioned, had a good year, beat Texas 4 out of 5 this year. Again, the leadoff man on for Arkansas. Runner at second, nobody out. That one hit him right in the backside. Pitch got away from Mike Cook. Jackson goes down to first, and Arkansas with runners at first and second and nobody out.
Sam, I think this is probably a breaking ball that actually squirted out of Mike's hand well before he got to the throwing area where he wanted to unload that pitch. Actually never had a chance to throw it over the plate. The release point was just way too early in the delivery.
And it didn't hurt Mark Jackson at all. Got him in the padding. Derek Richardson, the shortstop, squares the bunt, takes outside. There's a play where Hollins, the freshman at third base, looking to hold the bag on this bunt play. Richardson squares, lays it down right in front of the plate. Churchich comes out, goes to first base, to the second baseman poke covering, and there's one man out. Sacrifice works. Score at 2-4, and the runners advance. That's Jackson at second, Norm Roberts at third.
Sam, you're talking about the defense here. There's virtually nothing you can do on a bunt this good. This ball gets killed even before it gets to that grass, which is pretty thick. Catcher has to come out, make the play himself, Good job moving up the 2 base runners.
The catcher, Doyle Wilson, is in. Runners at second and third, 1 man out. The infield is back. They'll concede a run here. Wilson, the catcher, has been one of the hottest players for Arkansas. He has a 16-game hitting streak, hitting .393 during that 16-game span. Fastball got the outside corner. And he has 25 RBIs in his last 23 games. Doyle Wilson, a junior from Chandler, Arizona. Breaking ball stays inside. No score. We're in the bottom half of the second inning, but Arkansas threatening. Runners at second and third with 1 man out. That breaking ball is in there. Count is 1-2. Mike Cook, 8-3 as a freshman. Last year had arm problems, had elbow surgery at the end of the season to remove some bone chips. On the ground at third, Hollins goes to the plate, and they got him. Dave Hollins, the freshman third baseman, decided to go home, and they got Norm Roberts.
Mike Cook is an excellent strikeout pitcher. 159 strikeouts in 133 innings. Needed one there. Got something just as good. A good sharp ground ball at one of your infielders. Strong throw to the plate. The catcher has the plate cut off. Out number 2.
Jackson moves to third. As you look at Ellis Roby, the second baseman, number 9 man in the order. Runners at first and third, 2 men out now. Fastball is outside. Hollins is in even with the bag at third. Roby, who's got excellent speed, might lay one down, and they're looking for it. Now Hollins is in toward the edge of the infield grass. Curveball hangs outside. Mike Cook trying to work out of a jam here in the bottom half of the second inning. Fastball stays outside, 3-0.
Dave Hollins continues to play way off the line at third base. We were told he would do that. Really didn't expect him to play that far off. I don't care how well he moves to his right.
Lost him. Walked him on 4 straight, and the bases are loaded for Arkansas. And designated hitter Ralph Krause steps in. Krause led off the bottom of the first with a base hit as you look at the Arkansas bench. Bases loaded, 2 men out. No score in the ball game.
Krause got a hit on a breaking ball the first time up after getting a couple fastballs thrown by him. Let's see what Mike Cook throws here.
Fastball for a strike. Killian in right field is straight away but deep. On Krause, let a pitch hit in the air to right field. Killian coming in, looks up into the sun but makes the catch. And the side's retired. Mike Cook gets out of it. Big play at the plate. A key play for South Carolina. 2 innings complete. Game 1 of the 1985 College World Series. There's no score. It's 8, 9, and 1 in the lineup as we go to the top half of the third inning. Take a look at the flag out in left field, and you can see rather in center field, the wind blowing out. About 12, maybe 15 miles per hour, or they got it at 13. Some of the cloudiness is broken up. We've got I guess you'd call it partly cloudy or partly sunny, depending on whether you're optimist or not.
The sun's out right now, so I'd have to say that it's partly sunny. The wind blowing as it is from the left field pole to the right field pole will help a ball hit to right field. You're going to probably see the right fielders play a step or so deeper than normal.
Don't forget, Game 2 of the College World Series. A little later on, about 8 o'clock Eastern Time, Oklahoma State and Mississippi State. Should be a great ball game. John Sanders and Jim Price will be on hand to bring it to you. Well, the top half of the third inning and no score. Dave Hollins, the freshman third baseman, steps up. He showed a lot of poise making that play at the plate in the bottom half of the second.
Even though he's a freshman, this is the tail end of the year. He's really got a full year experience, even though this is his first tournament, first College World Series.
Hit hard to left field. Backing up is Norm Roberts. Makes the catch. One man out in the top half of the third inning. Arkansas plays its home games, regular season games, on artificial turf. And it was thought they might have to make a bit of an adjustment coming to the grass here in Omaha.
Infielders a lot of times will tell you that the transition from turf to grass is tougher to make than from grass to turf. They feel they get sharper bounces on the turf. The ball gets to you quickly, but it's always a true hop. Grass, that's not always the case.
Riley Polk, the second baseman, steps up, hops it up in the air behind the plate. The catcher Wilson has room, makes the play. 2 men out.
Sam, actually one of the responsibilities of the pitcher in a pop-up in the infield like this is to take charge. Difficult play at times for a catcher to unload the mask, locate the ball, make the play. The pitcher, one of his responsibilities is to help out defensively.
The senior Howard Hilton, he's done a good job. This is his 5th start of the year. Back to the top of the order for South Carolina, the shortstop Jeff Barnes. He singled to lead off the ball game. The only hit of the game off Howard Hilton. Barnes has started every game, now has a 14-game hitting streak with that base hit in the first inning. Hitting over 360 this year with 10 home runs, a sophomore. 2-0 pitch. Good fastball. Hilton doesn't have overpowering speed, mid-80s. Thus far he's looked good. Took a little off that pitch. It's foul down the left field line. Roberts gives chase but can't get there. Good hustle by Norm Roberts, but just too far out of reach, and he gets a hand for his effort. Roberts with the long run, and no chance. Got his uniform dirty.
You get that kind of effort out of the college players. Really didn't have much of a chance to make that catch, but giving it his best shot.
2-2 to Barnes. Struck him out. Foul tip and held by Doyle Wilson. 1-2-3 inning for Howard Hilton and the Razorbacks of Arkansas. We played 2.5 innings. Game 1 of the College World Series. There's no score. Take a look at Division I All-American College Baseball. Briefly, we'll take a further look in just a moment as we start the bottom half of the third inning, and Dave Patterson fouls it back. Count is 1-1. Patterson, good contact hitter, sprays the ball around, hit .373 coming into this game. Fastball on the outside corner. Mentioned Cook with different motions, different looks. He'll drop down, 3/4 sidearm. Fastball foul back.
South Carolina people feel that Mike Cook is one of the premier pitchers in the country this year, and when they put the All-American list up, he will be listed, and the other coaches feel the same way.
Sidearm breaking ball on the ground is short. Barnes across to Dayton. 1 man out. Irv Brown, what's it look like down on your side?
Hey, I tell you, this Cook is tough. He looks like he's starting to get in the groove. Paul, you'll appreciate this. First inning, Arkansas was backing out of the box against Cook, trying to break his rhythm up. And the guy that you played with, Jeff Twitty, the pitching coach here, just told him to just stay in there and pump. And he says you were a pretty good guy besides being able to throw the ball.
Is that true?
No, I don't think so. No, Conway's memory must not be what I thought it was.
Mike Loggins, the center fielder. 1 man out in the bottom of the third. On the ground to second. Polk over to Dayton. There's 2 men out. Let's take a look at that All-American team for 1985. And you'll see the selections. of the coaches is compiled by Collegiate Baseball Magazine. B.J. Surhoff, North Carolina. Will Clark, you'll see him in this tournament. Bill Bates of Texas. Rob Tomberlin, Barry Larkin of Michigan, Jim Fregosi, New Mexico. Let's take a look at the rest of the All-Americas. Pete Incaviglia of Oklahoma State, you'll see him later. Frank Fazzini, Gary Cooper, Dave Otto, Greg Swindell, Jeff Brantley, and Mike Cook. Those three pitchers all here at the College World Series. Oh, good change-up breaking pitch from Cook. Seeing some good pitching in this ball game. Cook, the All-America, on the mound. This is Jeff King, top slugger on this team for Arkansas. 16 home runs, 80 runs batted in.
Seeing some good pitching tonight. Good players all week long.
Again, the breaking ball slowly to third. Hollins across to Dayton. Got him. And the side's retired. 1-2-3 inning for Mike Cook and the Gamecocks of South Carolina. 3 innings complete at Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha, Nebraska. There is no score. 2, 3, and 4 in the order will come up for South Carolina as we go to the 4th. We're going to the top half of the 4th inning. Game 1 of the College World Series. No score in a pitcher's battle. You see the College World Series attendance, and you can see each year it's gone up. There was, after 1981, a drop-off, but it's returned. And why not? There's been outstanding, you're welcome, there's been outstanding baseball here in Omaha.
At ESPN sign just a setup to root for the Hogs.
Rob Reinhardt, the leading hitter for South Carolina, leads off the top half of the 4th inning. No score. Howard Hilton on the mound. A good breaking pitch. Has retired 9 in a row after the leadoff single by Jeff Barnes.
And only used 30 pitches through the first 3 innings. 49 by Mike Cook.
Now it's 1-1. South Carolina, winners of the East Regional, Arkansas, South 2 Regional champions. Change-up foul down the first base side. Good hands. Down is 1-2 on Rob Reinhardt, senior from New Freedom, Pennsylvania. 14 home runs, 59 RBIs, hitting .397. Just missed off the outside corner. Irv Brown.
Paul, watch closely with Hilton now. He really grips that slider with that middle finger. I talked to him before the game, and I took a look at his hand. He's got a terrible sore there, a lot like Jim Gott develops, the guy who's in the big leagues. We'll have to watch that to see if he bleeds on the baseball, but he really does have a problem. He grips that slider as hard as anybody I've seen in college baseball.
A very common problem for pitchers to get that good tight rotation on the breaking ball, and even on the fastball to get the good snap on it. Pitchers like to throw with that second finger on the seam, and that seam can really do some damage to the finger. You build up a callus. It takes a little experience to learn how to file that callus, to keep it filed down so a blister does not develop underneath it. Also, pitchers have been known to tear that fingernail. They put so much pressure on the ball there on that seam. So, and that is a problem. It's through experience you learn how to take care of it and how to pitch with it.
Hilton doing a little work on the sock and gets himself squared away. Don't forget, USFL football right here on ESPN with the Memphis Showboats and the New Jersey Generals, Saturday, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. That breaking pitch hit down the first base line. Fair ball, and played nicely by Dave Patterson. 1 man out.
Batter number 25.
10 men in a row retired by Howard Hilton. Hilton was a middle relief man for most of the season, and then late in the season got back in the starting rotation and has pitched well and opens up the College World Series for Arkansas.
Actually, he was a starter early in the season, did not fare well, was moved to the bullpen, now back to the starting rotation.
This is Joe Dayton, the first baseman, junior from Cincinnati. That breaking ball wiggles over the inside corner. Count is 0-2 on Dayton. Here it is again.
Talk about good tight rotation. You need the tight rotation to get a good ball to break like that.
0-2, fastballs down low. Senior Howard Hilton, a record of 7-1, 5.40 earned run average. He's won 4 in a row since being inserted in the starting rotation for Arkansas and coach Norm DeBryan. One man out in the top of the fourth. 2-2 pitch on the ground to second base. Ellis Roby over to Patterson. 2 men out. Easy ground balls too. Balls have not been hit hard against Hilton. 2 hoppers to the second, slow roller to the shortstop before.
Some of the balls have been stung a little bit, but through the first 3.5 innings here, you can't say that he's really been in a lot of trouble, but created by the offense of the opposition.
Designated hitter Charlie Aldrich steps in with 2 men out. Foul tip the pitch. Strike 1. Aldrich, a sophomore from Northfield, Illinois. 14 home runs, 47 RBIs. 7 players on the Arkansas team, 10 or more home runs this year. Good breaking ball by Hilton.
Aldrich, a good fastball hitter. Probably see him getting some breaking balls as this one is right here. Kind of flinches, genuflex, takes a cold strike.
Back to the live action. That curveball is down low. Count is 1-2. No score. We're in the top half of the 4th inning. Game 1 of the 1985 College World Series. Glad you're joining us wherever you're watching. Strike 3 with a curveball. And the side's retired. Howard Hilton is retired. Top half. The official College World Series program is packed with interesting feature stories, action photographs, complete team information. You can even test your knowledge of the NCAA championship event by taking the World Series trivia quiz. To get your copy, just send $5 to College World Series program, Post Office Box 1985A, Lexington, Kentucky 40502. Beautiful program it is. Bottom half of the 4th inning, and Norm Roberts leads off for Arkansas. Razorbacks have had 2 hits. Had a good threat in the 2nd inning. Runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 man out, but Roberts was cut down at the plate when Hollins fielded a ground ball at 3rd and threw him out, trying to score. Good fastball, sidearm fastball, strikeout number 3 from Mike Cook.
Mike Cook made a good 0-2 pitch in this at bat. You'll remember the last 0-2 pitch that he threw Norm Roberts was a hanging breaking ball, or breaking ball over the plate that was stuck into the left center field gap for a double.
1 man out, bottom of the 4th. The right fielder Mark Jackson steps in. Good pitch on the outside corner. Breaking ball got the inside corner. So Cook working the plate very well. Outside, inside. Thrown him 2 breaking pitches. See what he goes with 0-2. The fastball hit in the air to right field. Killian is there, drifts back to the warning track and makes the catch. 2 men out in the bottom half of the 4th inning. And Mike Cook is retired 6 in a row.
And there again, probably too good a pitch to be making 0-2. Although it's a fly ball to right field, the ball was very well hit. And you want to make a pitch right there that a hitter's not going to be able to handle.
The shortstop, Derek Richardson, steps in. 2 men out, nobody on for Arkansas. Pitchers dominating thus far in game 1. South Carolina with just 1 hit. Arkansas just 2 off that man, Mike Cook. 1 strike pitch, another sidearm fastball.
A lot of strikes in this ball game so far, Sam. Both pitchers throwing with a lot of confidence, both fastball and breaking ball.
Not showing any signs of nerves. Good poise on the part of both men. Struck him out. 3 straight pitches. And Richardson is caught looking. Sides retired 1, 2, 3 at the end of 4 1/2. Game 1 of the College World Series still no score. South Carolina hit a lot of home runs in that Eastern Regional in Columbia. Beat LaSalle. St. John's hit 8 home runs in that win over St. John's. Got 17 hits to beat West Carolina, and then beat LaSalle 7-2. Arkansas in the South 2 Regional beat Eastern Kentucky. George Mason, tough one against Florida State, and then beat Georgia Tech 7-5. I got ahead of myself. I said into 4.5. We've completed 4 innings. The Miami Maniac is here and having a good time. Tomorrow, Miami takes on Stanford. Texas goes against Arizona to complete the first round. That's a base hit by Scott Mackey. So Hilton's streak of having retired 12 in a row is over as Mackey gets a base hit.
Mackey doing some first ball hitting, got a fastball down in the strike zone that he was able to find a hole in the right side of the infield. But this ball game moving on to the middle innings and the pitchers dominating so far, the offenses may have to do something other than sit back, swing the bat. They may try to make something happen, either a hit and run, a steal, maybe bunt him along.
Keith Killian is taking a long look down at Coach June Raines. See if something is on here. Killian, as I mentioned earlier, was in a serious car accident. There's the head coach, June Raines, several years ago. Went through the windshield of a car. He's had many operations. Been a reserve player for 3 years. This year earned the starting berth. Quick move by Hilton to first base. Mackey's back. Hilton's got a high leg kick, sort of a slow delivery to the plate, but he's got a good move to first. Mackey with a good lead. Nobody out. Leadoff man is on for South Carolina here in the top half of the 5th. That breaking ball got the outside corner.
June Raines actually a little surprised with Keith Killian, what he has done offensively with all those surgeries in around the eyes. He's surprised about the home run and the power, and although he does strike out a lot.
King is in at third. Breaking ball is over. Strike 2. Killian was not squaring the bunt. He's ready to hit away. So it didn't look like anything was on. Arkansas infield looking for a possible sacrifice, but nothing happening. 2-strike count on Keith Killian. Quick throw to first. Mackey just gets back.
He does have a good quick move to first base. He needs to throw to first base quite a bit because he does have that high leg kick.
Again, this one's in the dirt though and blocked by Patterson. Good play by Dave Patterson.
Scott Mackey doing a good job as a base runner, getting a good lead and forcing Howard Hilton to look over there, trying to distract him, maybe make a mistake on an 0-2 pitch.
Strike pitch, got the outside corner. Strikeout number 4 for Howard Hilton as he caught Keith Killian looking.
Good breaking ball in the outside corner, a perfect pitch for a pitcher. A pitch that's going to be very difficult to handle for the hitter. Great location for a pitcher.
1 man out, and Jeff Churchich, the catcher, steps in. Churchich with 7 home runs, 22 RBIs. Fouls it back. He shares the catching duties, almost split right down the middle with Scott Lambert. Lambert also this year has 7 home runs, 21 runs batted in, so good production from the catcher spot. 14 homers and 42 RBIs. Counts 1-1, 1 man out for South Carolina, top half of the 5th inning. Each team with 2 hits in the ball game. There is no score. Mackey the lead at first, and a throw over. Mackey gets back. Herb Brown, what's it look like down your way?
Sam, they're having a little bit of problem picking up the baseball. They're in the shadows. The ball is coming out of the sunlight. It'll get a little tougher in another inning or 2. Right now, it's just starting to be a factor.
1-1 pitch. Slider foul tip back.
That's a good point, Sam, because as this ball game goes on, that shadow moves out a little bit closer to the mound. Also, when you get into the dusk area, these lights here in Omaha are pretty good, but you also have a tendency to lose some fly balls in the sky. So I would say for the next hour, hour and a half, it could get more difficult.
That is 1-2. Mackey with a good lead at first. Pitch to Churchich. Got the outside corner again with a breaking ball. Strikeout number 5 for Howard Hilton. Churchich doesn't believe it. I'll say this much. You're getting the pitchers, I think, may be getting that block on the outside of the plate.
The pitchers may find that the umpiring here at the College World Series is better than what they're going to find in regular season, and that's one of the comments that I've heard while doing these ball games, that the pitchers, when they come to Omaha, any part of that ball is on the plate is a strike. That's not necessarily the case in regular season. We've seen 3 called out strikes against South Carolina this game so far.
Mackey's got to dive back into first base. Leadoff single by Scott Mackey. He's still there with 2 men out. The third baseman, Dave Hollins, is in. Hollins, a freshman, a switch hitter, but hits better left-handed. It's a breaking ball up high.
Of course, Sam, also those strikeouts, getting those called strikeouts, that's having an idea about knowing how to pitch too. Good control, being able to mix your pitches.
Top half of the 5th inning with no score. South Carolina and Arkansas. Changeup is outside and high. 2-0. Right-hander Howard Hilton. 6'3", 245. Mixed his pitches up pretty well this afternoon. Slider got the outside corner. 2-1.
You mentioned Dave Hollins, a better left-handed hitter. He's had some back problems, some lower back problems, and he feels that it bothers him more when he hits right-handed, so that probably helps him as a left-handed hitter.
Mackey dives back again. Gamecocks of South Carolina have had only 2 base runners in the ball game. Hilton's delivery off the hands to the second baseman, Ellis Roby. And the side's retired. No runs a hit, 1 man left. 4.5 innings gone by. Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha, Nebraska. Game 1 of the College World Series. There is no score. 8-9-1 due up for Arkansas in the bottom of the 5th. Good ball game to start off the College World Series. Arkansas Razorbacks coming to bat in the bottom half of the 5th inning with no score, and you're looking up into the sun from right field. That's what it looks like when you look up. Doyle Wilson, the catcher, comes in. Wilson coming into the game with a 16-game hitting streak. A junior college transfer. Went to Mesa Community College. Hits the ball deep to right field. Killian goes back onto the warning track and makes the catch. 1 man out. Cook is retired 8 in a row now.
Second baseman, Ellis Roby, number 1.
Keith Killian, wearing those glasses, the heavy glasses out there, has had the eye problems, battling the sun and the wind on that play.
Ellis Roby, the second baseman, number 9 man in the order, steps in. Mike Cook, junior right-hander, hits the outside corner. Cook looked like he was getting in a bit of difficulty. There's that sun again, the sun field, right field. Good breaking pitch from Cook. Cook looked like he was getting in some trouble in the 2nd inning. A little help from the defense. Good play by his third baseman, Dave Hollins. Cut down a run at the plate. And Cook is settled down on the ground to first. Dayton makes the play. 2 men out. The pitchers in command. Cook for South Carolina. Hilton for Arkansas. And go back to the top of the order, and Ralph Krause, the designated hitter, steps up.
And the pitchers have been in command throughout this ball game to this point. Might be a good time for hitters to start taking a little more time at the plate. Try to disrupt the timing of the pitchers. They've got things in command. They're throwing strikes. They're working very quickly. Time for the hitters to do something about that.
Krause had a base hit his first time up. Fastball got the outside corner. Mike Cook, the junior, 16 in 2 years. And again got the outside corner. 2 men out, an 0-2 count on Ralph Krause. Low inside. Krause came into the game hitting .344. Likes to swing the bat in the #1 spot in the order. Fastball got the outside corner. He struck him out. Strikeout number 5 for Mike Cook. He has retired 10 in a row. We have played 5 innings, and there are lots of goose eggs on the board. South Carolina and Arkansas, no score. All-America third baseman? Maybe, someday. No score as we go to the top half of the 6th inning. Game 1 of the College World Series. And for all the hitting we had last year, with all those runs and home runs, we're getting some great pitching to start out the series here in Game 1.
Well-pitched game here in the first game. It'll be interesting to see what's going to happen in that second game tonight, because there will be some hitters coming to the ballpark.
There'll be some big hitters. Mississippi State and Oklahoma State, Game 2. That'll be on at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. John Sanders and Jim Price will be here to bring it to you. Tomorrow, Games 3 and 4 will feature Miami and Stanford in Game 3, Texas and Arizona in Game 4. The College World Series from start to finish right here on ESPN. Here's Riley Polk, the second baseman. Interesting story. He spent 2 years at Clemson and couldn't break the starting lineup. Comes over to South Carolina and has been the starting second baseman. In the air to center field. Loggins goes back, slip, but got up and made the catch. 1 man out.
Probably the key to this play, Sam, is the center fielder Mike Loggins not panicking. It's a high fly ball to straightaway center field. He does lose his footing, drops to one hand, keeps his eye on the ball, comes back, still has time to make the play.
Jeff Barnes has one of the 2 hits off Howard Hilton. We're at the top of the lineup for South Carolina. Third go around. Hilton's fastball is fouled off. Talked about the All-America pitching. One of them is Mike Cook of South Carolina. Jeff Brantley will not pitch the game tonight for Mississippi State. Brantley pitched the regional championship game, beat Michigan. Breaking ball on the ground to second. Ellis Roby is over. Over to Patterson. There's 2 men out.
Attention, please. Steve Lauber. No question, Bell. Please report to the upper
Sam, we're going to get another breaking ball in on the hands here, jamming the hitter. Weak little ground ball to second baseman. See him trying to get those hands out of the way, trying to get the fat part of the bat on the ball. It's not going to happen with a good sharp breaking ball like Howard Hilton is throwing this evening. That good tight rotation. It's a good quick slider.
Hilton has done a good job on this man. Rob Reinhardt came into the ball game hitting .397 with 92 hits, 21 doubles, and 14 homers. 2 men out in the top of the 6th. Foul back. And out of play. Reinhardt is a senior. Swings the bat well. Look at Hilton. Doesn't have a real great arm out in the outfield, and if anything might hold him back from a chance at a professional career, could be the defense. He's hit very well this year. 2-1 pitch. On the ground, the hole over is Patterson. The toss to Hilton, covering the sides, retired 1-2-3 in the 6th inning. Howard Hilton, the big guy, continues to shut down the bats of the Gamecocks of South Carolina. No scores. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Bottom half of the 6th inning, no score in the ball game. Dave Patterson leads it off for Arkansas. Mike Cook has retired the last 10 men in a row. Arkansas threatened in the second, had runners at second and third with one man out. Ground ball to third, and Hollins threw out Norm Roberts at the plate. Cook then walked Ellis Roving, got out of the jam. Base hit by Patterson, the leading hitter for the Arkansas Razorbacks. Lines one into center. Third hit of the ball game for Arkansas, and they have the leadoff man on.
Sam, a good look here at Mike Cook on the split screen. We're going to show him throwing 3/4 on the left side of the screen. Up fairly high in his delivery. Now on the right side, we said that he drops down, changes his release point. Now he's coming sidearm. Giving the hitter just a little different look. Also, we might point the background there at this time of day is not all that good.
Number 3 man, Mike Loggins. 0 for 2 thus far. Runner goes, Loggins takes, and the throw down to second is not in time. Patterson has stolen the base. So Arkansas with a leadoff base hit by Dave Patterson and a stolen base, a runner at second and nobody out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Good jump by the runner. Actually, in this situation, a run and bunt or a bunt and run, you're not doing the hit and run, but you can do the same thing with the bunt. The hitter coming across in front of the catcher makes it very difficult for him to throw.
Loggins hits it on the ground foul on the right side. I mentioned Loggins has not played in a week. Missed the last 3 games of the South 2 Regional after injuring his ankle a week ago. Breaking ball on the ground to first. Joe Dayton has got it. Makes the play by himself. One man out. Over to third goes Dave Patterson. So again, Arkansas with the runner in 90 feet away from home plate with less than 2 outs. Let's see what they do here.
Good job by Mike Loggins getting that ground ball to the right side. Nobody out in that situation, moving the runner up to third now with 1 out.
And the big RBI man for Arkansas stands in, Jeff King. Sophomore from Colorado Springs, coming into the ballgame with 80 RBIs. Infield is in for South Carolina, trying to cut off the run. There's no score in the ballgame. Take a look. Fastball hit foul down the right side and out of the ballpark. Jeff King had an outstanding year. Into the game hitting .356. 1 man out and a runner at third for Arkansas. No score in the ball game. Bottom half of the 6th inning. Fastball popped foul off the first base side. Dayton goes over and can't get there. Just goes into the stands in the first row.
And with 2 strikes now, Mike Cook needs to make a big pitch. King has been the most clutch hitter for Arkansas this year, getting 80 RBIs and only 84 hits. He's had men on base all season long for him. He needs to get the key man out right here. He needs to make a pitch with 2 strikes.
Mike Cook pitching from the stretch position with a runner at third. 1-2 to Jeff King. Struck him out with a sidearm breaking ball. Big pitch by Mike Cook, his 6th strikeout.
Breaking ball on the outer part of the plate. This is the one thing Arkansas did not need, was a strikeout. They needed to have this ball in play someplace.
What a pitch by Mike Cook. 2 men out. And now Cook will go back to the windup. Runner at third. And Norm Roberts, who has one of the 3 hits for Arkansas. A double to left center in the 2nd inning. That breaking ball gets over. All-America Mike Cook, 16-2, 2.03 earned run average coming into the ball game. Fastball foul back. Mixing his pitches well, mixing his location well.
And Norm Roberts behind that fastball a little bit after a previous breaking ball for a called strike.
Again 0-2. And he got him. Bat flies out of the hands of Norm Roberts, but the side is retired. A leadoff single, a stolen base, but Mike Cook gets out of it by getting King and Roberts. At the end of 6, there is no score. The heart of the order coming up for South Carolina. Dedicating the 1984 title game to his late father, Eddie Delzer gave a clinic on guts and determination against the Texas Longhorns. 1-2 pitch. Curveball, strike 3. Another strikeout for Eddie Delzer. That's number 6. That one ripped. Delzer play. Oh, wow. Fantastic. Oh. The little lefty struck out 7 in 7 innings, finishing the series with a win and a save and a 1.23 earned run average. One of our College World Series flashbacks. What a moment last year when Cal State Fullerton beat Texas for the championship. And Eddie Delzer was the hero. Right here, this is game 1 of the 1985 College World Series. We're going to the 7th inning with no score. First baseman Joe Dayton leads off. One hop back to the mound, and Howard Hilton throws him out.
Howard Hilton will surprise you a little bit with his ability to move around and field his position. A big man at 245 pounds, falling off to the first base side, getting a ball back to the mound just above the shoe tops.
One man out, top half of the 7th inning. The designated hitter, Charlie Aldrich, the cleanup man, steps in for South Carolina. Had a little chat with the third base coach. The head coach, June Raines, coaches at third for South Carolina. Hit in the air to center field. Loggins should have no problem putting this one away. 2 men out.
Batter number 17, center fielder Scott Mackey.
A little warm-up action going on in the Arkansas bullpen. That's Rick Huntsey. Not likely to see him though, as we get late in the ball game. Tim Dietz is the man that they use, their ace reliever. In the top half of the 7th inning, South Carolina with just 2 hits, Arkansas with 3.
Rick Huntsey has been used primarily as a long relief pitcher.
He may just be loosening his arm up. The way Hilton is pitching, not likely that he'll be out of there in a hurry. Count is 3-0 here on Scott Mackey, the center fielder for South Carolina.
But the way this ball game has been going so far, we may be in the early innings of this one.
Fastball missed. Mackey draws the base on balls. First walk allowed by Howard Hilton.
Number 4, Keith Kenyon.
2 men out.
Right field.
And Keith Kenyon, the right fielder, steps in. Look at the Arkansas bench. Runner at first is Mackey. And Kenyon, the right fielder, is in. Quick move to first again is not in time. Mackey was on last time, drew several throws.
The bench area looks very relaxed, Sam. What you have is a couple clubs that are playing well, feel they will win the close ball games in the late innings. They're very confident.
At the outside corner. Outfield plays Kenyon straight away. 1 strike pitch. Breaking balls pop foul back and out of the ballpark. Herb Brown, what's it look like down there?
You know, Sam, I was just taking a look at the catcher Wilson and the umpire. Look at the protective thing they have. Paul will remember when Steve Yeager almost lost his life. Don't you think that should be mandatory for all catchers and for all umpires? That little piece of apparatus could save a life.
There are 2 kinds of apparatus. One is that that loose protective flap that hangs down. Also, the mask, they're coming up with a couple protective bars that extend down under the chin.
Off-speed pitch hit past the shortstop, Derek Richardson, into left field. So with 2 men out, a walk to Mackey and a base hit by Keith Killian, and South Carolina has something going against Howard Hilton here in the 7th.
22, Jeff Churchich, catcher.
The catcher, Jeff Churchich, will come up. 2 men on, 2 men out.
And with Jeff Churchich 0 for 2 so far today, plays most of his college ball a long way from home back in his backyard. Would love to get a key hit here.
Hilton misses the outside corner. Outfield playing Churchich straight away. Came into the game hitting .292. Junior college transfer. Fastball down low. Something building for South Carolina here as suddenly Howard Hilton has started to struggle. And we'll get a visit. Time is called, and Dave Jorn, the pitching coach, will go out to talk with Howard Hilton.
Here's the stadium. Temperatures
He was
around
breezing along,
70
nobody
degrees.
out, no one on with 2 men out. Then walked Mackey on 4 pitches.
It's going to be clear.
Killian singled past
Going to get down to
Richardson
about
at
50
short, and now he's
tonight.
2-0 on Churchich.
Dave Jorn, the pitching coach for Arkansas, did his professional playing and pitching for the St. Louis Cardinals in their farm system. Has been at Arkansas for the last 2 years. He's done a good job with this pitching staff.
Jorn goes back. As we mentioned, Arkansas has an outstanding stopper in the bullpen in Tim Dietz, who has 5-1 record with 12 saves, but they usually don't use him more than 2 innings. So this still might be a little early for him. And Hilton misses the outside corner. 3-0 now on Churchich.
And that is the 7th ball thrown by Hilton in this inning, the most in any one inning so far in this ball game.
That time he got the fastball over. Jeff Churchich went to Nebraska University for 1 year, then went to Miami-Dade North Junior College. 3-1 pitch, missed. Ball 4, too high, and the bases are loaded. So with 2 men out, South Carolina has loaded the bases on a walk, a single, and a walk. And Dave Hollins, the freshman third baseman, steps in.
And this is the first time that Howard Hilton has had to pitch out of trouble so far today. He's given up a couple base hits coming into this inning, but was never really in trouble.
June Raines, the head coach at South Carolina, 16 years the head man. Breaking ball got the inside corner. Hollins 0 for 2 is flied out and grounded out. Biggest threat in the ball game for the Gamecocks of South Carolina. There's no score, top of the 7th. Fastball inside. Hilton wanted that one. One to Hollins. Back to the mound, off the glove. Tough chance here, and they got him. Good play by Ellis Roby. Hilton jumps for joy. Ellis Roby made the play, just got Dave Hollins. And the sides retired. South Carolina leaves the bases loaded at the end of 6 1/2, game 1 of the College World Series. It remains scoreless. This has been a pitcher's duel between Howard Hilton of Arkansas and Mike Cook of South Carolina.
In a game as closely contested as this one is, this could be the play of the ball game right here. Dave Hollins, the hitter, ball back up the middle, off the glove of Howard Hilton, knocked down, killed in the grass there. Ellis Roby charging, throwing across his body, getting his man by less than half a step at first base.
You saw the South Carolina dugout. Here it is again. And they got him.
Very quick release and strong arm by second baseman Ellis Roby.
Go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. There is no score, and Mark Jackson, the right fielder, leads off for Arkansas. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for South Carolina. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for Arkansas. South Carolina has left 5. Arkansas has left 5. It's been quite a ball game. Cook got the inside corner with a fastball. Don't forget, 8 o'clock Eastern time this evening. Game 2 of the College World Series. Oklahoma State and Mississippi State. John Sanders and Jim Price will be here to bring it to you. Back to the mound. No problem for Mike Cook. 1 man out.
Attention, please. Julius up to the main office.
He made a lot of good pitches on the hands, taking the bat right out of the hitter's hands.
He's made good pitches on the hands, and they've also made good pitches down in the strike zone. When the ball is down in the strike zone, usually gets some more sinking movement on it. You're going to give up some ground balls.
Senior shortstop Derek Richardson. Bunts, foul ball. Hit him in the batter's box. Richardson trying to get something going with 1 man out here in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
Actually, I think our replay will show that the ball is bunted down off the ground, comes back up, hits the bat a second time. There's a dead ball.
Sidearm fastball. Richardson wasn't even close. He really went for the motion. Shadows creeping out now beyond home plate. Bright sunshine in the sky. Breaking ball stays inside. Cook wants a new baseball. Count is 1-2. Missed with that breaking ball. There have been only 4 fly ball outs in this ball game. Cook has struck out 7, and the rest of the outs have been on the ground. Good sidearm breaking ball again by Mike Cook. Sweeping breaking pitch.
Strikeout number 8. I guess the best way to describe this, it has been a very comfortable 6 2/3 innings for Mike Cook. In total command.
That is Gary Murphy loosening up in the Arkansas bullpen again. Mostly to loosen up the arm than anything else. Not likely that we will see Murphy. Dietz is the man. 2 men out here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. That ball's in the dirt. Doyle Wilson, the catcher, is the batter. Wilson with a 16-game hitting streak on the line. We're in the bottom half of the 7th inning with no score. The fastball popped up in the infield. Joe Dayton, the first baseman, shielding his eyes, has trouble with the sun, finds the ball and makes the catch. 1-2-3 inning from Mike Cook. 7 innings complete in Omaha, Nebraska. Game 1 of the College World Series. Arkansas and South Carolina, no score.
Right back here tomorrow.
Go to the top half of the 8th inning. Take a look at Rosenblatt Stadium filling up as we go along. Still a big second game to come this evening. Oklahoma State and Mississippi State. Tomorrow, Miami and Stanford, Texas and Arizona. And we will bring you both those games. Riley Polk, the second baseman, number 9 in the order, leads off the top half of the 8th inning for South Carolina. Hilton with a fastball bunted foul. Herb Brown, what a duel we've got out there.
Boy, we really do. Paul, you know, I watched Hilton last inning. He really didn't change his thing. Everything looked about the same. I thought he got a little stubborn, tried to throw too many fastballs. They visited with him about that same thing in between innings, and once again, nothing has changed. His rhythm appears to be the same. He just tried to throw too many fastballs and got the ball up.
Herb, there's really no reason to change anything. He's been in command throughout this ball game. Now in a late inning situation, no complete game so far this year in 4 starts.
Hit hard in the left center, a base hit. Loggins goes over to cut it off. Polk is going to go for 2 and will make it. Standing as Loggins couldn't field it cleanly. And South Carolina's Riley Polk leads it off with a single and an error. Polk hit the ball well.
He hit a breaking ball. If they felt that Howard Hilton was throwing too many fastballs the last inning, he threw the breaking ball here that gave up the base hit. Could have possibly held him to a single, except the ball not handled cleanly in left center field.
Now to the top of the order for South Carolina, the designated hitter Ralph Krause. Runner at second, nobody out. No score in the ball game. Top half of the 8th inning. And now the big man of the Arkansas bullpen is loosening up, Tim Dietz. South Carolina threatens. There's Dietz, the submariner. He's getting ready. Fastball is high and away. 2-0 on Krause. Excuse me, this is Barnes. This is Jeff Barnes, the shortstop. I got my lineups mixed up. Pop foul down the left field side and back into the stands. Jeff King made a run for it. Dropped back out of the stands. Senior right-hander Howard Hilton. With the leadoff man at second. There's Jeff Barnes, the shortstop. Two-one pitch. Missed. South Carolina not looking to play sacrifice bunt here. They're letting Barnes stay up there and swing away. Counts 3-1. Fastball misses and Barnes walks. Runners at first and second for South Carolina. Nobody out.
Well, Sam, you wonder why South Carolina not bunting. They have confidence in Jeff Barnes being able to make contact and get the ball on the ground. They get this chance of a base hit. When you bunt, you are conceding an out. And with Jeff Barnes' talents, they don't feel they need to concede that out, which they didn't. He got the walk. Now men on first and second, nobody out.
And Dietz continues to warm up in the Arkansas bullpen. Hilton struggled a little bit in the 7th after getting the first 2 men. He sandwiched 2 walks around a single, and South Carolina left the bases loaded. Now they've got the first 2 men on here in the 8th inning. And Rob Reinhardt, their leading hitter, is up. Reinhardt squares and lays it down foul. Now here's Reinhardt, a .397 hitter, comes in and he's getting ready to bunt.
Well, I think, Sam, you do what the game dictates for the personnel that you have. Now, Reinhardt also handles the bat very well. It is a good idea to move the runners up. Interesting how Arkansas is playing it defensively. They're putting some pressure on Howard Hilton, the pitcher. Third baseman Jeff King holding back, trying to get that lead runner. He wants to hold the bag at third base. Is leaving the responsibility of the third base line to Howard Hilton.
Patterson creeping in at first base, looking for the bunt. Pitch is taken, thrown out a second, not in time. As Riley Polk goes back in head first. Good throw by Wilson, the catcher.
Occasionally you will see that runner picked off at second base. It's a difficult position for him. He knows that he is the key man on the bases, that Arkansas is going to try to cut him down at third. Occasionally they will get too big a jump, and a throw behind him will get him going back to second.
1-1 pitch. Reinhardt squares and bunts foul. Counts 1-2. Now here's the situation. The guy has tried to bunt twice, foul. This guy's such a good hitter. He'll bang one into the outfield for a base hit.
Decision time for a head coach.
Joe Dayton, leading RBI man, is on deck for South Carolina. And right now, Norm DeBryan, the head coach of Arkansas, takes a walk out to the mound. Now, usually he'll send his pitching coach out to talk with his pitcher. Right now, he may be going to the bullpen. Exactly right. He's bringing in Tim Dietz. Herb Brown, what's the strategy here?
I'll tell you, they are a little edgy over here, and you got to go with Dietz right now. This is the guy who got them there. You've pointed out many times, Sam and Paul, that he comes in and only goes a couple innings. This youngster's upset with himself. He struggled in this inning, and he was doing beautifully, and that just happens. That's baseball. He lost a little bit of rhythm. I felt that the double really shook him up because it was not a bad breaking ball at all. Kid just hung in there and hit the ball.
Here comes the big right-hander, junior Tim Dietz, comes in out of the bullpen to relieve Howard Hilton. We're in the top half of the 8th inning here in Game 1 of the College World Series. Arkansas and South Carolina, no score. Hilton will leave, and Dietz will come in for Arkansas. Right-hander Tim Dietz, record of 5-1, 12 saves, comes out of the bullpen with nobody out. Runners at first and second for South Carolina, and a count of 1-2 on the batter, Rob Reinhardt.
Submarine pitcher comes from right down under. Good sinking movement on his fastball. Pretty hard thrower for a submarine type pitcher. Arkansas in need of a ground ball here. Count 1-2 on the hitter. Going with the ace out of the pen. The thought is usually only use him for a couple innings, so you think Arkansas is going to have to score quickly so that they don't overuse this man. But on the other hand, you've got to keep from losing this game before you can think about winning it. Right now, they need to shut off South Carolina.
What about going to the bullpen with a count 1-2 on Reinhardt? What do you think about that?
It really doesn't put him in too tough a situation. His control is pretty good. Ahead in the count, he's really got a couple pitches he could throw for a ball before he really gets in trouble.
Misses outside. Count is 2-2. Outfield shading Reinhardt a little bit towards left field. Fastball hit foul. Back into the crowd. Why are submarine pitchers so tough to hit? Like your friend Mr. Dan Quisenberry in Kansas City.
Because there are very few of them. He's got the control to keep the ball down in the strike zone. When you have the ball down in the strike zone and sinking, it becomes very difficult to hit.
2-2 to Reinhardt. Just missed off the outside corner. Howard Hilton did a fine job. Went 7 innings. Allowed just 4 hits. Walked 3 and struck out 5. The runners on base are his responsibility. Reinhardt pops it foul down the left field side. Roberts gives chase, but it's back into the crowd. Tim Dietz. He had arm problems last year, had elbow surgery, was not pitching well over the top, and finally they started to experiment with a submarine delivery, and it's worked wonders for him. What a year he's had.
That elbow surgery was to remove bone chips. It wasn't anything nearly as serious as a transplant of the ligaments and whatnot that some of the pitchers are getting, so the pitchers can't come back from that kind of elbow surgery.
Roby to Richardson. There's one. The first double play. Big play for Arkansas. Tim Dietz comes in and gets Reinhardt, the leading hitter for South Carolina, to bounce into a 4-6-3 double play. There's 2 men out.
Tim Dietz did his job. He got a ball down in the strike zone, got the ground ball in the infield that he wanted. Ellis Roby moving to his left, away from second base. Quick footwork on the throw there. Good strong relay. Double play. They're in a position to get out of this inning without any damage.
Nice play by Roby, getting rid of the ball quickly. And Richardson. And they turn it. 2 men out and a runner at third. Riley Polk is at third. And Joe Dayton, who is 0 for 3. Big hitters have not come through in this game thus far for South Carolina. Down low, ball 1. Reinhardt is 0 for 4. Came into the game hitting .397. Dayton hitting .355. He's 0 for 3. Got the inside corner. Tim Dietz, Jr. from Tulsa, Oklahoma, pitching to Joe Dayton. Hit foul on the right field side. Count is 1-2. We're in the top half of the 8th inning. South Carolina and Arkansas, game 1 of the College World Series. There is no score. Tim Dietz in relief of Howard Hilton. 1-2. On the ground, foul. Past coach June Raines. He didn't really try to grab that ball. There's June.
Not part of his job description. Doesn't have to make that play.
He just waved it on by. Too hot to handle. 1-2. Way inside.
Nothing wrong with that pitch. A ball off the plate inside with 2 strikes. Let's see if Tim Dietz now wants to go away with something.
Goes inside and struck him out. He really handcuffed Joe Dayton with that pitch. What a job by the ace of the bullpen for Arkansas, Tim Dietz, as he puts out the fire. We go to the bottom of the 8th, still no score. College World Series has seen a lot of runs scored, especially last year when there were 15 runs per ball game scored, but not game 1 thus far. The pitchers dominating.
A little early to tell what those total runs are going to be at the end of this series. 14 to possibly 15 games left in the week. It's going to take some scoring to up it now, though. But think of the 2 clubs that are coming in here next and the kind of game that they may be playing.
Oklahoma State and Mississippi State will be playing game 2. John Sanders and Jim Price will be here. You can see it right here on ESPN, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Right now, Ellis Roby leads off the bottom half of the 8th inning for Arkansas against Mike Cook. Roby has shown us some fine fielding at second base for Arkansas. Count is 2-1. So each team has had chances to score, haven't been able to produce. And not been able to come through with a big hit. That one is fouled back.
Second place, this is Doc Brown.
There is action in the South Carolina bullpen. Jenkins and Sawyer are the 2 men up.
And they are the top 2 relievers for South Carolina, so they're not down there just for their own exercise.
Foul back. Count is 2-2. Bottom half of the 8th inning. Arkansas 3 hits in the ball game off Cook. That one's hit foul down the right field side by Ellis Roby. Mike Cook has had 4 1-2-3 innings in this ball game. 2-2 outside. Roby. Hilton's record is complete. Howard Hilton of Arkansas going 7 innings through 75 pitches. No runs, 4 hits, walked 3, struck out 5. Hit in the air to left center field. Scott Mackey got a good jump, but lets the left fielder take it instead. Rob Reinhart coming over to make the play. They were shading Ellis Roby to left center, and Reinhart came over with a nice running catch. Here it is again.
We talked earlier in the game about Rob Reinhart defensively in left field is adequate. Does get a good jump on this ball. Goes a long way to make the catch.
1 man out in the bottom of the 8th. Cook pitches strike 1, top of the order. Ralph Krause, the designated hitter, and the leadoff man. Fastball misses outside. Arkansas had a couple of chances to score. 1 good chance in the 2nd inning with 2nd and 3rd and 1 man out. South Carolina's had a couple of threats, loaded the bases in the 7th, left 3 men on, had 2 on with nobody out in the 8th inning, and failed to come through. Count is 2-2 on Krause. Foul back. Batter is in total shade now, as you can see. Pitcher in bright sunshine. What does that do for a pitcher, Paul?
It does a lot for a pitcher, and it will get tougher on the hitter as we go along until the lights take over.
Good breaking ball, and Krause sits down. 2 men out.
Strikeout number 9. A good breaking ball down and in. Ralph Krause going to swing over the top of it. Actually, by the time this ball gets into the hitting area, it is well off the plate. Krause going to have to do a good job just to keep it off the top of his feet.
Dave Patterson, the first baseman, with 2 men out. Nobody on for Arkansas. Fastball hit hard right to the second baseman, Riley Polk, and the side's retired. Another 1-2-3 inning from Mike Cook, his 5th in the ball game. We've played 8 innings in Game 1 of the 1985 College World Series. South Carolina and Arkansas are scoreless. Right after this game, we'll take you to Sports Center, where Gail Gardner and Greg Gumbel are standing by to get you up to date on everything that's happening in the sports world. Sports Center, right after this ball game. And right after Sports Center, it'll be time for Game 2 of the College World Series with Oklahoma State and Mississippi State. 8 o'clock Eastern Time. John Sanders and Jim Price will bring it to you. Pinch hitter Eddie Lendensky hitting for Charlie Aldridge, the number 4 man and the designated hitter, as they want to get a left-handed batter in against the right-hander Dietz. Dietz still pitching from the stretch position. Goes inside. The Lendensky, count is 2-0. Lendensky has appeared in 51 games, 94 at-bats this year, hitting only .266. 5 doubles and 5 home runs. No score in the ball game. Top half of the 9th inning. South Carolina with 4 hits, Arkansas with 3. Inside, 3-1 to Lendensky. He's a junior from West Milton, Ohio. Takes outside. Lendensky walks to start the 9th inning. So again, South Carolina with a leadoff man aboard.
Number 17.
And let's see what they decide to do. Scott Mackey steps in for South Carolina. Mackey has been on twice in this ball game. He's had a single and a walk. Also flied out.
Eddie Lendensky doing the job that was asked of him by his coach, getting on base any way you can, certainly take a walk, and that move for the pinch hitter for Aldrich is really out of respect for Tim Dietz and how tough he is on a right-handed hitter.
Casey Reed, a pitcher, will go into pinch run for Eddie Lendensky. Reed is a junior. Scott Mackey, center fielder. Senior from Southington, Connecticut. Go to first, a little high. Patterson brings it down. We're in the top half of the 9th inning. Tim Dietz, junior reliever, out of the bullpen for Arkansas. Punt foul. Reed with a short lead at first base.
Scott Mackey is a good bunter, also a good hit and run man, so you might want to change the sign now after showing bunt, getting the infield moving. May try to go to a hit and run, but I think if they're going to bunt, they'd probably just stay with it right now.
King is coming in from third. Patterson from first. Bunt is out in front of the plate. King plays it. Goes to Patterson, who got back in time. 1 man out, but the bunt is successful. Casey Reed goes to second base. Take a look now in our synchro motion as we show you exactly what was happening at the same time. Take a look at the runner.
Right fielder, Keith Killian.
On this bunt. And exactly at that same time, the bunt coming out in front of the plate. King looks at second, goes to first.
There's really no help for the base runner on that. He's his own judge. He's got the entire play ahead of him. He needs to get a safe lead, get the bunt down. If the bunt's popped up, he's got to make sure he doesn't get caught off the base, but he's got to know himself when to make that break for second.
Keith Kenyon, he's had a base hit in this ball game. 1 of 4 for South Carolina. Dietz got the inside corner. Tim Dietz has had a great year. Record of 5-1, 12 saves. But right now he's the pitcher of record with no score in the ball game. Top of the 9th. Casey Reed at second for South Carolina with 1 man out. Missed outside. Outfield straight away on Keith Kenyon, the right fielder. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game. Singled his last time up. Missed outside again. The Gamecocks of South Carolina have threatened each of the last 3 innings. Left the bases loaded in the 7th. On the ground slowly to third. King is in, looks, then throws in time. 2 men out. Good play by Jeff King, holding the runner Casey Reed and then throwing out Keith Kenyon.
Good pitch by Tim Dietz in on the hands. Good charging play by Jeff King at third base. Once he makes the catch, hold the runner at second. Take your time, make a good strong throw to first base.
2 men out. And Mike Cook is coming in to pinch hit. Cook, the pitcher, is pinch hitting. He's an outstanding hitter. In fact, in the regional, he pinch hit a home run. Cook is a good hitter. He's pinch hitting for the catcher, Jeff Churchich. With a runner at second and 2 men out. South Carolina looking to get on the scoreboard. Cook takes a fastball for a strike. Something you don't often see. But Cook has 2 hits in 7 at-bats this season. 1 home run and 4 RBIs.
Sam, you're right. It's a move you don't often see, but June Raines told us this morning, don't be surprised if I do it, that this man is an outstanding hitter. Very good power.
2 men out and a runner at second. No score in the ball game. Top of the 9th. Dietz delivers. Hit in the air to left field. Norm Roberts is calling for it. And puts it away. So, South Carolina gets the leadoff man aboard by a walk. Tim Dietz strands him. No score going to the bottom of the 9th. 3, 4, and 5. 2 up for Arkansas. Sam Rosen and Paul Splittorff at Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha, Nebraska. This is game 1 of the 1985 College World Series, and what a game it's been. We go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. There is no score. South Carolina and Arkansas. This is the first time that these 2 schools have met in any athletic competition, and it's been a good one. Mike Cook, who made the last out in a pinch hitting role, has a new catcher to work with. That is Scott Lambert, a junior from Tampa, Florida, coming in to replace Jeff Churchich. And the umpires get together for a little discussion. Don't know what that is all about.
Lambert will bat 4th in the DH slot. Actually has split the catching jobs with Churchich throughout the season. They've both gotten a lot of work. Lambert, also a good receiver, has a little better arm than Jeff Churchich, so with a quick release, he will probably try to shut down any kind of running that Arkansas may try to pull off in the late innings.
Herb Brown, what's it look like on your side?
Well, it looks like they're voting, Sam, but they're really not. The problem is, where does Cook hit in the lineup? Doug Clark, the assistant coach, he's at third base right now, went over and told one of the umpires that Cook must hit in the DH spot, and they're talking about it. As you pointed out, They do not do this very much in college ball. There's Doug Clark. Had a chance to coach him at the University of Colorado. He has pointed it out, and they're making a decision right now, and it's a confusing situation. It does not happen that much in college baseball.
Yeah, you would think as a pinch hitter he would stay in the spot where he pinch hit for Churchich, but now you've got the designated hitter also out of the lineup. So they are now checking it out. That's John Regan of the NCAA Games Committee discussing things with Murray Stray, the home plate umpire, and the crew chief as they try to figure out just where Cook should bat in the lineup. Because obviously Cook is staying in the game. He is in the game. He has pinch hit for Churchich. Lambert has taken over in Churchich's position. Aldrich, the designated hitter, was pinch hit for, and he left. And the discussion goes on as they try to figure things out. We are about to go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. There is no score in the ball game as they try to figure this one out.
What we have here
is it in the books?
What we have here is a little exercise in managing your scorecards.
And some instant decisions to be made here. I don't know if this one is covered in the rule book. That's Jerry Miles on the left, also with the NCAA. I'll try to figure something out here. Irv, I bet you can figure this one out.
I'll tell you, fellas, we have major controversy. The last words I heard listening in over there is that this guy should not be allowed to pitch now because of this. They're trying to figure it out. If this happens, the fellow we're looking at, Cook, will have to come out of the baseball game. They got a real can of worms. Johnny Regan, Jerry Miles trying to decipher this thing, and we'll get a decision.
Well, I don't understand why that could happen. I mean, why should Cook be taken out? He should be allowed to stay in the ball game. Just find a spot for him in the lineup. I would think the choice would be, the right thing would be to keep him right in the spot where he pinch hit.
He is actually not in the hitting lineup until he appears as a hitter. So he appears as a hitter in Jeff Churchich's spot. So therefore, if he stays in the game, he must stay in that slot. Now, what they do in the other one is anybody's guess.
And now the discussion continues here, and there is a possibility that South Carolina may have outsmarted themselves here and may have done serious damage here because they may lose their ace. June Raines, the coach, is going over. He may be heading over to the NCAA officials to discuss this as well, because the confusion continues. June Raines, the head coach, will go over. Mike Cook is waiting to find out. He may be out of the ballgame.
Well, June Raines has done this before in games this season, so he has to have an idea of what he's done and the ruling that he has gotten on it before.
That's Tony Patch discussing things with June Raines. Meanwhile, the Miami Maniac is stealing bases on the field, doing a little running, getting some exercise. Game 2 tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 Pacific, Mississippi State and Oklahoma State. Tomorrow, first round games, Miami and Stanford, Texas and Arizona. That's June Raines discussing things here. They are trying to figure out the rule and the interpretation of the rule, and whether Cook may have to come out of the game. The rules may say he could be out of the game after having been used as a pinch hitter. And what a ball game Mike Cook has pitched, and what a shame it would be to have to lose your ace, who in the last 6 innings has allowed only 1 runner to reach base.
It would be unfortunate if they lost their starting pitcher when he's in command of the ball game. However, if that does happen, South Carolina still has Jenkins and Sawyer now throwing in the bullpen, who are the top bullpen pitchers. You are in the 9th inning, so you could approach it by the fact that Cook has really done his job as a starting pitcher, gotten him into the late innings, although you certainly don't want to lose him as well as he's throwing.
And again, members of the NCAA committee discussing things with June Raines, checking the rule book and trying to interpret the rule. If you're just joining us, Mike Cook, the pitcher, who's pitched an outstanding game, allowed only 3 hits over 8 innings, was used as a pinch hitter. Pinch hit for the catcher. There you see the numbers. 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. Now he's going back out to the mound. He wants to stay in the ball game. Now let's see. June Raines has finished his discussion.
The look on June Raines' face would indicate that he's not going to get this ruling. Had a little bit of a surprised look there.
Cook is finished. Cook has got to come out. June Raines, using Mike Cook as a pinch hitter, has lost his ace. Cook has to leave, and on into the game comes right-hander Glenn Jenkins, a senior from St. Petersburg, Florida. We'll be back in just a moment.
Scott Lambert will bat in the catcher's position.
Right-hander Glenn Jenkins, a record of 8-2 with 2 saves, comes on, making his 22nd appearance of the season. And the misfortune, we'll see if it is a misfortune. Herb Brown, what do you think about this whole situation?
I had a good talk with Doug Clark while this was all going on, Sam. They really study that DH rule because they've had some people who pitch the ball also hit the ball very effectively. Talking about Tim Lawler, a guy that Paul knows well. There's Doug Clark right there. So they really study it. They're up on it, and just one of those unfortunate things. And boy, here we go.
Mike Loggins leads off here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. 3, 4, and 5 in the order for Arkansas. Off the end of the bat, foul. Glenn Jenkins, the right-hander, on in relief. Loggins nothing for 3 thus far in the ball game. Big hitters for each team have been kept quiet. South Carolina 4 hits in the game. Arkansas 3. That's Glenn Jenkins, right-hander from St. Petersburg, Florida. He's 22 years old, stands 6'1", 193. On the ground slowly to third. Hollins, high throw, but brought down nicely by Dayton. Hollins has got a strong arm, and that ball almost took off.
Got a very strong arm. He likes to use it. Takes plenty of time on this throw. He knows he's got the good strong arm. There's really no need to hurry this throw. Gets his momentum going to first base. Good follow through. Good strong throw.
1 man out in the 9th inning. Jeff King is up. Bottom half of the 9th. There is no score. This is game 1 of the College World Series, and we will take you through the World Series right here on ESPN, our 6th year of coverage. And this is our pleasure to bring you some of the best in baseball action. Breaking ball down low from Jenkins. Jenkins pitching out of the stretch position. His 22nd appearance of the year. He's had a couple of starts. 5 starts to be exact. Down low. Again, when Mike Cook was used to pinch hit, the designated hitter had also been pinch hit for, and the use of Cook, the pitcher, as a pinch hitter, took him out of the game as a pitcher. And if it's a little confusing for you, it's a little confusing for us as well, and for June Raines, who made the move. In any event, the pitcher Jenkins is now in the game and will hit in the DH spot, number 4 spot in the lineup. Slow curve hit foul. Count is 2-2 on Jeff King. 1 man out in the bottom half of the 9th inning.
Glenn Jenkins, a side-arming right-hander, has a little bit of a herky-jerky move. Will make it difficult for Arkansas hitters to pick up the ball.
Hit high and deep to center field. Mackey going back to the warning track, and he's got it. The ball carried deep, about 400 feet to right center field. Mackey, a good outfielder, got a good jump and made the catch. He's made a couple of good plays.
Mackey can certainly cover center field at good speed, gets a good jump on the ball, knows how to play. A lot of room out there in deep center field here in Omaha. 420 feet to straightaway center field. That ball just to the right of straightaway center.
King hit it a long way. Mackey made the play. 2 men out in the bottom of the ninth, and Norm Roberts had a double back in the second inning. Steps in. Good pitch on the outside corner by Glenn Jenkins. Again, took a little off. 2 strikes. Roberts doubled to lead off the second inning. Runners were at second and third with 1 man out when Roberts was cut down at the plate. He broke the aluminum bat. Riley Polk throws him out. The aluminum bat broken. That's the first time I've seen that one. A broken bat. The pitch on the hands. No runs, no hits, no one left for Arkansas. We go to extra innings in Game 1 of the College World Series. South Carolina and Arkansas remain scoreless. Glenn Jenkins coming in and doing the job in the ninth for South Carolina. Takes a pretty good pitch to break an aluminum bat.
It's a good fastball down to the strike zone, hit out near the end of the bat. Don't see this very often, but there are a few things so far today that you don't see very often either, including a 0-0 ball game after 9 innings.
Good crowd on hand here at Rosenblatt Stadium. Game 2 is coming up. Oklahoma State and Mississippi State. John Sanders and Jim Price will bring it to you. And we are in the top half of the 10th inning. Dave Hollins, the third baseman, leading it off. Tim Dietz still on the mound. This is his 3rd inning. Howard Hilton started, the senior right-hander, and went 7 innings, left with runners at first and second and nobody out in the 8th. Dietz came on, got Reinhardt to hit into a double play, and then struck out Dayton on the ground foul. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for South Carolina. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for Arkansas. Pitchers have dominated Game 1. Good fastball, but just inside. Submariner Tim Dietz, a junior. Only 1-1 last year, had the arm trouble. Breaking ball just off the outside corner. Herb Brown, what's going on?
Oh, you know, we're watching Dietz out here. He never throws from the full motion. It's always from the hold-on motion. His daddy's here today, incidentally. Dad played in the 1958 World Series for Holy Cross. Pretty proud papa.
Fastball hit foul again.
Have to be a proud papa to watch Junior come out and throw the ball like he's throwing it. Has the ball down in the strike zone. Good live fastball. Throws it pretty hard from under there.
Is Bryce new here? Who's new?
2-2 pitch. It hit him. Hit him in the right leg, so that pitch getting away from Tim Dietz. And a leadoff man on again for South Carolina, as Dave Hollins tries to walk it off.
Sam, you called it right. Just a pitch that got away. Needing to throw strikes. Ball hit Dave Hollins right about in the mid part of the thigh.
South Carolina's had runners on base last several innings. There it is again. And now the leadoff man is on to start the 10th inning. Riley Polk. He had a base hit his last time up. Arkansas looking for the bunt. Jeff King is in on the grass at third. Patterson will charge from first. Lays it down, foul. Again, bounced up and hit the bat in the batter's box.
And Sam, in a close ball game like this in the late innings, the little things that you do become magnified, and that includes getting a bunt down in fair territory. Moving runners along becomes very important.
We're in the top half of the 10th inning. Going out. Again, Polk lays it down hard. King plays it, looks at second, but decides to go to first. Covering is Ellis Roby. There's one man out. King with a good charge from third. The bunt was laid down a little hard, but King looked at second and decided to make the play at first base.
Dave Holland's got a good jump off the bag at first base.
South Carolina, number 12.
Jeff King actually did get the good jump in, fielded the ball quickly. In this situation, you really need an out. You got to make sure of at least one. They're giving you one out. You better go ahead and take it.
Runner in scoring position. And Jeff Barnes, the shortstop, is up with one man out. Up the middle, Dietz has got it. He's got the runner hung up. Goes to King. Over to Richardson. Now to King. And they tag out Hollins. Going to second, and they've got him at second. Barnes is out. It's a double play. So, the brief threat is over for South Carolina as Dietz fielded the ball cleanly. He had Hollins hung up. They made the play, and Barnes was thrown out trying to reach second. Here's the rundown.
Tim Dietz did everything you're supposed to do. Make the play, throw to third base to cut off the lead runner. The key to this play is that Arkansas makes the tag quickly after only a couple throws. Jeff Barnes, who hit the ball, being a very aggressive base runner, tried to take the extra base, but because the tag play is made so quickly, they're able to get a double play.
That play going Dietz to King to Richardson to King for the putout, and then to the second baseman, Ellis Roby, for the second out. So we go to the bottom half of the 10th inning. It remains South Carolina and Arkansas, no score. And those Razorback fans are having a good time. Coming up on ESPN Live, an auto racing doubleheader starting Sunday, June 2nd at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, 5:30 a.m. Pacific. Live, the Belgium Grand Prix, followed by the CART American 200 starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So it's an auto racing doubleheader on Sunday, June the 2nd. And you look at Mike Cook, who pitched a fine ball game, came out under the interpretation of that designated hitters rule. After pinch hitting, he's got an ice bag on his elbow. Fine game from Mike Cook.
Fine game. Also got an ice pack stuffed under his shirt up on the shoulder area, too.
Mark Jackson, the right fielder, leads off against Glenn Jenkins. Bottom of the 10th, no score in the ball game. Arkansas has had only one base runner since the second inning, when they had their only serious threat to score. At second and third, one man out. Hit high in the air, foul, and out of play. Howard Hilton and Tim Dietz have pitched 10 shutout innings for Arkansas. Mike Cook and Glenn Jenkins have thrown 9 shutout innings for South Carolina. And this is the first game in the College World Series to go scoreless into extra innings since 1975. So it's a comeback by the pitchers in the College World Series. It's all to impress you, Paul. You know, hit hard to left field, and Reinhardt makes the catch. Sliding grab by Rob Reinhardt, had a little trouble with it, hesitated briefly, and then came on to make the grab.
Well, one of the reasons it is a shutout ball game thus far is because of the defense. There have been a number of good defensive plays, and this is one of them. Rob Reinhardt doing a good job keeping this ball in front of him, sliding in under it. It wasn't exactly a spectacular catch, but he did want to make sure he wanted to get down to the level of where that sinking line drive was to make sure he made the catch.
Derek Richardson, the shortstop, takes a strike. Well, the clouds of the early afternoon have given way to a beautiful late afternoon here in Omaha. Temperatures in the 70s.
Wind continues to go at about 12, 13 miles an hour. We're in the bottom of the 10th with no score. Richardson check swing foul. Count remains 0-2. That is Pete Incaviglia, the All-American left fielder for Oklahoma State, the all-time home run king in college baseball, waiting for game 2 as the Cowboys of Oklahoma State get set to meet the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. In a first-round game, John Sanders and Jim Price will bring it to you.
Don Cheever.
We'll go to Sports Center immediately following this game, and right after Sports Center, back out to Rosenblatt Stadium for game 2. Tomorrow, games 3 and 4. Miami takes on Stanford, and Texas goes against Arizona. Richardson strikes out. Ball is dropped. Lambert throws him out. 2 men out here in the bottom of the 10th.
Number 21, the catcher.
Well, these two teams have scored a lot of runs in their regionals. Haven't found any thus far in Omaha. Doyle Wilson, the catcher, is 0 for 3 and has a chance to keep his 16-game hitting streak going. Breaking ball is over, strike 1. Boy, Jenkins gives you a lot of arms and legs in that motion, doesn't he?
Gives you that herky-jerky motion, a good sinker. Actually, that curveball he just threw right there is his best pitch.
Over the top of that fastball, Jenkins on in relief of the starter All-America Mike Cook. Cook was used as a pinch hitter in the top half of the 9th inning. The designated hitter had been pinch hit for. Cook pinch hit for the catcher, Jeff Churchich. And the rule books say he must come out of the ball game as the pitcher. That was the interpretation. June Raines, the South Carolina coach, didn't agree, but the ruling of the NCAA officials was that Cook was out. And Jenkins came on, had a good 9th inning. Right now he's 2-2 with 2 men out here in the bottom of the 10th. 2-2 pitch on the ground, foul. Hollins, the freshman third baseman, making a good stab in foul territory.
Sam, some of the sports information directors from the schools have been up in the press box area here walking around, indicating that, and they do have the rule right in front of them, say that the ruling is correct, and I'm sure there will be a lot written about that rule in the next few days throughout all the papers in the country, probably.
Catcher Doyle Wilson, junior from Chandler, Arizona, taking ball 3. Senior right-hander Glenn Jenkins delivers, foul tip. Wilson had 2 fine years at Mesa Community College in Arizona. Last year hit better than 370. Came into the game hitting 342 and hitting 393 over that 16-game stretch in which he's hit safely. Line drive to the first baseman. Dayton puts it away. Sides retired 1-2-3. We've played 10 innings in game 1 of the 1985 College World Series. South Carolina and Arkansas still looking for runs as the pitchers continue to dominate. We're at Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha, Nebraska, going to the 11th inning, and Tim Dietz, a fine relief pitcher of Arkansas, usually used only around 2 innings, is now set to start his 4th inning in relief of Howard Hilton, the starter.
Well, Sam, the thinking here is that if Arkansas can win this game, they don't play tomorrow, so they get the full day off. When you get a short reliever like this, you like to have him available for every one of your games. So in their regular season schedule where you play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you only like to use him 2 innings because you're going to plan to bring him back maybe tomorrow. But if they can win this one, they don't need him tomorrow. So go ahead and stretch him out a little bit and try to win this ball game right here.
Not only the day off tomorrow, but Sunday as well.
Right.
They wouldn't come back until Monday. Top half of the 11th inning. On the ground to second base, Ellis Roby is there. One man out. Irv, what's it look like as we go to extra innings here?
Well, fellas, he's about at his limit, talking about Dietz. That's 35 pitches. He has never gone over 50 this year. They're a little concerned here in the Arkansas dugout. We'll just have to watch him close. He looks good, but once again, he is not used to throwing very many pitches.
Boy, Reinhardt, who just grounded out, the leading hitter on the South Carolina team, has had a rough day, 0 for 5. This is Joe Dayton, the first baseman, up as you look at the Arkansas bench. Just missed.
Talking about Dietz and only 35 or 36 pitches, you have to remember that this is the College World Series. He will be pumped up, will go the extra mile for his team, and his history may not be much of a factor.
In the air to left center field, Norm Roberts goes over and makes the catch. 2 men out in the 11th.
Batters number 19.
And here's the pitcher, Glenn Jenkins, coming to bat in the DH spot, the 4th spot in the lineup. Glenn Jenkins, the pitcher, who came into the game when Mike Cook was removed in that DH controversy we had earlier. And for Jenkins, this is his first at bat of the season. Takes low, 1-1. 2 men out in the 11th inning. South Carolina with 4 hits, Arkansas with 3. Two and 1.
This is a fine spot to get your first at bat of the season against a submarining right-hander throwing out of the shadows. You have to feel like you have virtually no chance.
Take a look. That's tough to see.
And tough to hang in on.
And again, Jenkins has struck out on a pitch he could barely see, and no way he could hit. We go to the bottom half of the 11th inning in Game 1 of the World Series. Still no score. We're going to the bottom half of the 11th inning. No score in the ball game. Ellis Roby will lead off for Arkansas.
Yeah, I think so.
Roby with good speed. He's the number 9 man in the order. Glenn Jenkins on in relief of Mike Cook. Now, further clarification. The rule says that the pitcher may only pinch hit or pinch run for the DH and be both. He may then be replaced as the DH and remain as the pitcher. So Cook did not pinch hit for the DH, he pinch hit for the catcher. And in that case, he was forced to come out of the ball game with a new catcher in, and the DH had been removed for a pinch hitter earlier. In the air to center field, Scott Mackey drifts over and puts it away. 1 out in the bottom half of the 11th inning.
Sam, I think the whole problem starts is when you have a pitcher who is also an athlete and can do something other than just chunk a baseball.
Top of the order for Arkansas, 44.
Back to the top of the order, and Ralph Krause steps in. Krause had a base hit in the first inning. Since then, he's flied out and struck out twice. Arkansas's big threat to score came in the second inning. They left the bases loaded. Got the outside corner. Only 1 base runner for Arkansas since the second inning. Krause makes it 2. His second hit of the ball game, 4th hit of the game for Arkansas. 1 out single for Ralph Krause. And now Dave Patterson, the leading hitter on the team, steps in.
First baseman, Dave Patterson.
Ralph Krause, I don't think, was going to left field in that occasion. Just happened to get a ball that was out away from him, trying to get a good swing on it, make solid contact. Hit a line drive someplace, happened to find a hole on the left side.
Righty lefty action in the South Carolina bullpen. Clint Sawyer, a left-hander, is up. Patterson takes low and inside. Outfield, shading Patterson slightly towards left. Krause has got a good lead at first base. Jenkins throws over. One man out, bottom half of the 11th. No score. Arkansas and South Carolina, game 1 of the 1985 College World Series. This time Krause dives back. Game 2 coming up, Oklahoma State and Mississippi State. That'll follow a visit to Sports Center. Runner goes. The throw is there. He's out. Good throw by Lambert. Now there's a case. Lambert, in playing in place of Churchich, has got the better arm behind the plate, and he threw out the potential steal.
Well, and the one thing you want to do in a close ball game in the late innings, you want to strengthen your defense. So the way this ball game has worked out for South Carolina, having Lambert behind the plate being the better thrower of the two catchers, the South Carolina defense is just that much better.
Count is 2-1 on Dave Patterson. On the ground, past the third baseman. Burns with a long throw, not in time. It's an infield single for Dave Patterson. So that play at second with Lambert making the throw and cutting down Krause, a big one.
And looking bigger all the time, because that ball there headed for left field. Good play by the infielder to keep it in the infield. Also a good play by the first baseman, picking the ball out of the dirt, not letting that ball get by him. If that ball gets by there, could have another man in scoring position.
Mike Loggins, the center fielder, is in. Fifth inning of the game for Arkansas. In the air, right center field. Over is Mackey. Kenyon calls him off and makes the catch. The right fielder, Keith Kenyon, puts it away. 11 innings complete at Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha, Nebraska. South Carolina coming to bat in the 12th. No score. Herb Brown, we are going to get some more clarification on that rule controversy, right?
All kinds of rules. Johnny Regan from Murray State has been on the NCAA committee for years. John, you were the guy who had to make the decision, and it's a different rule than the American League, but one you were very familiar with.
Well, that's true. It is different from the American League, and that's what makes it a little bit confusing, Irv. In NCAA rules, the pitcher can only pinch hit for the DH, and of course that was violated.
All right, I guess that'll do it, fellas, and hopefully it'll clear it up.
And that's the story, as you see the seats occupied by the NCAA officials.
Leading off, number 17, center fielder, Scott Mackey.
We go to the top half of the 12th inning, and Scott Mackey, who's had a real good game, leads it off for South Carolina.
Very unusual situation when a pinch hitter coming into the game to hit is not allowed to stay in the game,
right.
Although the way the college rules are written, when that player coming in to hit as a pitcher, he cannot stay.
Mackey's been on base twice with a single and a walk, has played very well in the field for South Carolina. And Tim Dietz, as we talked about earlier, the man on the mound for Arkansas, is now starting his 5th inning. And we were told basically he's a 2-inning pitcher, maybe one time around the batting order. But here he's in his 5th. Up the middle. The shortstop Richardson is there and throws him out.
Tim Dietz still keeping the ball down in the strike zone, making that good pitch with the sinker, getting another ground ball. Still only has probably 42, 43 pitches, not up to his 50 limit. Also consider the fact that this is the College World Series, and the first game is very important, and I think he'll stay out there for quite a bit longer.
And the word is this is now the second longest scoreless game in College World Series history. The left-hander is Fred Farwell. He's the #1 starter on the Arkansas staff. Went 10-1 this year. Most people thought he would start this game.
Rick Huntsey is the other pitcher down there throwing the right-hander, a long reliever, and it shows the importance of this first ball game when you're going to throw your ace out there in probably the 13th inning if they decide to go to him, and this first ball game is very important.
Count is 1 strike. Up the middle, and Dietz is right there to grab it. 2 men out. Pitching continues to dominate this game.
Batters number 21.
Outstanding.
Catcher.
Norm DeBryan, the head coach of Arkansas. Arkansas making its second appearance in the College World Series. Came to Omaha in 1979 and finished second to Cal State Fullerton. Good pitch on the inside corner.
And Norm DeBryan working the brain very hard there, has not been caught in this situation where he's getting such good pitching, not able to win a ball game, and viewing the game probably in a different light tonight.
Lambert, the catcher, hits back to the mound. An easy inning for Tim Dietz. 1, 2, 3 for South Carolina. We go to the bottom half of the 12th inning. No score. Cavilla, they're all standing by as Mississippi State goes against Oklahoma State. John Sanders and Jim Price are standing by. They're trying to get into the broadcast booth. We won't let them. We want to finish this game first.
Job is not complete yet. Second game originally scheduled to start at 7:10, about 15 to 20 minutes from now. So all the participants are here, anxious, ready to go, waiting for a declared winner in the first ball game.
Bottom half of the 12th inning. Arkansas has had 5 hits and South Carolina 4. Glenn Jenkins, the right-hander, on the mound for South Carolina as you look at head coach Norm DeBryan. Going back into the dugout. Jenkins will be starting his 4th inning in relief, and Dave Patterson, Jeff King will lead off for Arkansas. King, the number 4 man in the order. 4, 5, and 6 for Arkansas. On the ground, in the hole and into left field. Jeff King leads off the bottom half of the 12th with a base hit. Only the 3rd base runner for Arkansas since the 2nd inning. And now Norm Roberts, who had a double in the 2nd inning.
Jeff King doing some first ball hitting, found himself a base hit. Now Arkansas in position maybe where they can make something happen offensively.
Roberts lays it down. Jenkins goes to second in time. Throw to first, safe. What a play by Jenkins. He didn't hesitate at all. Got off the mound and had one thing in mind, to go to second base. Jenkins made the play.
Jenkins made the play. He's an excellent defensive pitcher. Gets a good jump off the mound. Gets a good hard ball right back to him. He knows his plays at second base. He can beat that man down there. Almost turned a double play on this.
Barnes with a quick release. Roberts beat it. Nice play by Glenn Jenkins. 1 man out. Mark Jackson, the right fielder, steps in. Roberts at first base has good speed. Oh, Arkansas not a team that will try and steal all that much. Roberts has 8 stolen bases. He's been caught 5 times. 1 out, 1 on. Bottom half of the 12th, no scores. South Carolina's Glenn Jenkins throws over and Roberts gets back. Roberts with a good lead at first. Good fastball in the outside corner.
Although that throw to first base shortened up Roberts' lead about a full step. He was out there right about to the cut in the grass. After the throw to first base, he was back a full step.
That time it's low and inside. Count 1-1 on Mark Jackson. Well, the first, and Roberts has got to dive back in. Roberts was cut down trying to score back in the 2nd inning. Runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 man out. A grounded to 3rd. Hollins threw to the plate and got Roberts. Again, Roberts dives back. Close play. Dayton with a good quick tag. Irv Brown, good view from your box at the side of the dugout.
Well, Sam, they want to run, but they're trying to get the breaking ball, and the guy out on the hill is doing an outstanding job of mixing his rhythm up.
Fastball is popped up. Short center field. In comes the right fielder, Keith Kenyon, to make the play.
Good point by Irv there. A pitcher breaking up his delivery motion, trying to offset the speed at first base. There are a number of things you can do to help your catcher throw out runners. One is to throw to first base, keep the man honest over there. The next is when you come set at the belt, you wait. The next time you come set, go to home quickly. The next time, throw to first base. You don't want that base runner to get a good read on you to where you're going to be doing the same thing. Look once, go to the plate, or look twice, go to the plate. You want to keep breaking it up.
I think Jenkins did all of those.
He's got to do all. He's got to do all those to help his catcher.
2 men out and a runner at first.
43, Clements, batting for Richardson.
And a pinch hitter for Arkansas, Steve Clements, is up to pinch hit for Derek Richardson, the shortstop. 2 men out and a runner at first for Arkansas. Steve Clements is an outfielder, a senior. Vancouver, British Columbia. Again, the throw over. Roberts getting back. And again, a close play.
Attention, please. Percy Baker to the upper press box. Percy Baker.
There's
to the upper
Roberts.
press box. Thank you.
He's trying to get a good lead. I think he'd like to try and steal the base. Again, the throw over. Close, but not in time. Glenn Jenkins has worked hard to the plate and worked hard to first base as well. On the ground, the second baseman Riley Polk is there, and the sides are retired. So a leadoff single for Arkansas, then Jenkins stops them. We've played 12 innings in Game 1 of the College World Series. There's still no score.
1 man left.
We talked about the fact that all of the teams here at the College World Series are good offensive teams. You look at the season numbers for South Carolina and Arkansas, but tonight, forget about it. Throw those numbers in the wastebasket. The pitchers have dominated things. Howard Hilton and Tim Dietz for Arkansas, Mike Cook and Glenn Jenkins for South Carolina. And Dietz is set to start his 6th inning in relief.
Here again, he's the ace out of the bullpen. You get into a late inning situation, you want to give him every opportunity that you possibly can to win this ball game.
Fred Farwell continues to throw in the Arkansas bullpen. Farwell, the #1 starter for Arkansas, staying loose. And there is Dietz. Actually, one of the things working in his favor is the last couple of innings have been pretty easy for him.
Every inning he's been in has really been pretty easy for him. He got out of the inning in the 8th inning when he came in, got a double play ball, walked a man in the 9th, faced 3 hitters after that, hit a man in the 10th, but got a double play ball, faced 3 in the 11th and 3 in the 12th.
Dave Hollins, the third baseman, leads it off for South Carolina. Hollins has had a walk. Other than that, they've stopped him. Hit into a big double play in the 7th inning. Actually, in the 8th inning, I should say. Loop down the left field line, fair ball, base hit. Hollins holds with a single. A leadoff single for Dave Hollins, South Carolina's 5th hit of the ball game. Sam Rosen and Paul Splittorff live at Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha, Nebraska. This is Game 1 of the College World Series. South Carolina and Arkansas scoreless as we play the top of the 13th, the second longest scoreless game in College World Series history. The longest was back in 1965, a game that ended 1-0 in 15 innings, with Ohio State beating Washington State. Bunted up in the air and caught by Doyle Wilson. So the bunt attempt by Riley Polk fails, and there's 1 man out.
Sam, it comes down to the fundamentals. Dave Hollins doing his job as a leadoff hitter, making contact, getting the ball in play, looping a single to left field. Riley Polk coming up, trying to get a bunt down, pops it up. Now South Carolina in a little bit more difficult position now with one out and a man on first base. Have to gamble now with a steal, possibly a hit and run, or sit back and wait for the bats to take over, which has not happened yet this evening.
Jeff Barnes, the shortstop, with one man out, hits it foul, backing out of the play. Take a look at the Arkansas defense shading Barnes toward left. Big gap is in right center field.
Barnes is a left center, right center hitter, but
Dietz almost threw that one away.
that was the weakest throw he's made tonight. Everything to the plate's been outstanding. But a good fastball, they expect him to hit the ball to left side.
Hollins, you see, not likely to run, has a short lead. On the ground foul outside of first.
Catcher, please. Bob Corner to the
On the top half of the 13th inning. South Carolina, winners of the East Regional. Don't forget, we'll go to Sports Center right after this game, and then it's Oklahoma State and Mississippi State in game 2. Good fastball from Dietz. Herb Brown, Dietz is still bringing it.
Hey, Sam, that's 59 pitches. He is maxed out. He has not gone that long at all this year, and yet his stuff looks good at ground level.
Number 9, Rob Reinhardt, left field.
One man out. Excuse me, 2 men out as Barnes strikes out. Here's Rob Reinhardt, leading hitter for South Carolina this year, and he has had a rough day today.
Actually, talking about Dietz and the 50 pitches, his maximum so far this year, that doesn't mean that he can't go longer than that. It's just a question of how long it would take him to come back.
And as you pointed out, they want to win this ball game, and then it's 2 days off for Arkansas pitching.
The longer he goes, the more imperative it is for Arkansas to win this thing, because he will need the rest.
Hit in the air to deep left center field. Roberts going back and makes the catch. Roberts was playing Reinhardt toward the line, went a long way to make the catch. Sides retired after a leadoff single for South Carolina. The runner left stranded. We go to the bottom half of the 13th. There is no score. Arkansas coming to bat.
Now the second longest scoring team in College World Series history.
This is game 1 of the College World Series, and it has started out quite a contrast to last year when all those runs were scored. Right here, no score in the ball game. Great pitching on the part of 4 men tonight. One of them right here, Glenn Jenkins, starting his 5th inning in relief for South Carolina, in relief of their ace, Mike Cook, who pitched 8 innings. And Howard Hilton and Tim Dietz have pitched 13 shutout innings for Arkansas. Bottom half of the 13th inning, the catcher Doyle Wilson has hit in 16 games in a row, trying to keep that streak alive. He's 0 for 4 in this one. Arkansas has not lost in the month of May, 16-0. What a finish to their season. On the ground foul. Won the South 2 Regional in Tallahassee. Beat Florida State and Georgia Tech to wrap it up. And come to Omaha. Which is fouled out of play.
Sam, the pitchers just continue to make good pitch after good pitch. That's a breaking ball down and away in the strike zone. Everybody seems to have the sinker that they're able to get over the plate down in the strike zone. Haven't been any real flares. Nothing has really broken for either team offensively.
Fastball in the dirt. Counts 2-2 to Doyle Wilson. Arkansas appearing in the College World Series for the 2nd time. First time was 1979 when they finished 2nd to Cal State Fullerton. Breaking ball, just got a piece of it. That year, Kevin McReynolds was on that team. Standing outfielder of the San Diego Padres. That's Norm DeBryan. the head coach at Arkansas, trying to figure out a way to get one run. Fastball up the middle, a base hit. 7th hit of the game for Arkansas, and Doyle Wilson has kept his hitting streak alive. He's hit in 17 straight. And Doyle says, thank you for the extra innings. I needed that.
His 5th at bat, 13th inning, keeps the hitting streak going. That's not the most important thing now for either him or his teammates. The most important thing now is to move him along the bases, try to get him to touch home plate.
And now the bunt is in order with Ellis Roby, a man who can handle the bat pretty well. Number 9 batter, good speed at the plate. Charging is Hollins from third. The bunt is foul. Hollins almost running full speed from third base, charging in. Dayton really didn't charge all that much from first base. Ellis Roby, the second baseman, a junior from North Little Rock, Arkansas. Came into the game with a .290 batting average. Squares and lays it down. Jenkins no, he goes to first. He wanted to try second again as he did last inning. Stopped and got the out at first. One man out and the winning run. Doyle Wilson at second base.
Ellis Roby doing a good job of getting this bunt down. Watching square on. See, he's got the bat at the top part of the strike zone. That way he will not move the bat up. He'll move it down on the ball to get the ball down on the ground. Make sure he gets it down to move the runner along. You don't want to have the bunt popped up like we saw in the last half inning. Good fundamental baseball right there.
Now Ralph Krause, the designated hitter, the leadoff man in the order, steps in. He's had 2 hits in the game, and they're going to put him on. They'll bring up the right-handed batter, Dave Patterson. Patterson, the leading hitter for Arkansas, has been kept quiet in this ball game. Also set up the double play possibility. And Krause gets the intentional walk. Runners at first and second with 1 man out. Dave Patterson comes in. He's had 2 hits in the ball game. 2 singles. Senior right-hander Glenn Jenkins.
Dave Patterson, first base.
Patterson has had 4 game-winning hits this season. And now big huddle on the mound as June Raines, the head coach, goes out to talk to his entire infield. Bullpen action continues for South Carolina. The left-hander is Sawyer. And the right-hander is Bo Taylor. And the bullpen call has been made. Bo Taylor, a right-hander, is coming on, the third pitcher for South Carolina. And we will step out for a moment. The game remains scoreless. Right-hander Bo Taylor comes in, 23 years old, from Elizabethton, Tennessee. Bo Taylor making his 19th appearance of the year, record of 3-1 with a 3.35 earned run average. Third pitcher used by South Carolina in the game tonight.
Bo Taylor, a right-hander, throws a little bit across his body there. Will be a little bit difficult for opposing Arkansas hitters to pick the ball up. June Raines felt that he had gone just as far as he can with Glenn Jenkins. They like to use him 2 to 4 innings. He went 4 1/3 with men on base. They didn't want to overextend him in this situation and go to a fresh right-hander.
Got a look at Johnny Hunton, the assistant coach. Jenkins went 4 1/3 innings, allowed 4 hits, walked 1, struck out 1. And Dave Patterson, the first baseman, with a chance to win the ball game for Arkansas. Winning run is at second base. Doyle Wilson is at second. Ralph Krause at first. Fastball popped up into short right center field. Mackey goes over, so does Kenyon. Mackey makes the catch and falls down. The runner tags up Doyle, tagged from second. Doyle Wilson tagged and went to third. But another fine play by Scott Mackey in center field. Krause remains at first. A near collision in right center field. Here's Mackey going over.
A treacherous situation for South Carolina. One of those outfielders needs to take over on that play. Either one of them could have made the catch very easily. When you have a collision out there, a lot of bad things can happen. And Arkansas, with nobody in position to make the throw, tagging the runner and moving to third base.
Mackey taking charge and making the catch. Runners at first and third. 2 men out for Arkansas in the bottom half of the 13th. No score in the game, and Mike Loggins, the center fielder, stands in. They want the first baseman to back off a little bit. Joe Dayton at first base is not holding the runner on. You get better defensive position against the left-handed hitter Mike Loggins. Fastball is inside. Wilson at third. And Krause at first. Loggins 0 for 5 in the ball game. Came into the game hitting .365.
You do want to pitch him very carefully. You do have a base open, although it's not first base. Second base is open, so pitch very carefully here.
On the ground to second. Riley Polk to the shortstop. Barnes, and South Carolina gets out of it. Bo Taylor comes out of the bullpen to get Patterson and Loggins. And this game goes to the 14th inning with no score. South Carolina coming to bat. Sam Rosen and Paul Splittorff live at Rosenblatt Stadium, where John Sanders and Jim Price are standing by. They want to do game 2. That'll be Oklahoma State and Mississippi State. That will follow a visit to Sports Center, so stay with us. We've got a lot more to come. A great start to the College World Series. And here comes Tim Dietz again for another inning. His 7th inning.
And they thought 3 innings ago that he had about maxed out. We see the Mississippi State players there. They're a little bit more relaxed than our two broadcasters. The broadcasters are chomping at the bit, wanting to get at our chairs here.
I know Will Clark, the All-America from Mississippi State, is probably saying, hey, give me one swing, I'll put it out in the parking lot, and we'll all go home. Joe Dayton. He's the power man for South Carolina. Takes low, ball 1. He's been quiet in this game, though.
The way Tim Dietz has been throwing the ball, I don't think there's going to be any hitter that'd be too anxious to get in there against him. He's made great pitches, has good stuff down in the strike zone.
Still down, got a strike at the knees. Top half of the 14th inning. No score, South Carolina and Arkansas. Dayton pops it foul back into the stands. Dayton came into the game with 23 home runs. First, it was Howard Hilton, the senior right-hander, went 7 innings. Dietz came on in the 8th, got out of a big jam, first and second, nobody out, got a big double play to help him get out of it. And Dietz has stayed in there. That's Jeff King, fine third baseman for Arkansas. One-two to Dayton. Line to center field. Good jump by Loggins, but he can't get there. Takes it on a bounce. Ball hit well by Joe Dayton. A leadoff single. Another one for South Carolina. 6th hit in the game for the Gamecocks. There's Mike Loggins. He's had some trouble with his ankle. He's been out a week. And looked like he got a good jump, but had to play it on a bounce.
He got an excellent jump. We've seen him slip a couple times in center field. A good breaking ball. Down again in the strike zone. Dayton doing a good job of hitting, just hitting the ball where it's pitched, not trying to pull it, not trying to do things he's not capable of doing, pulling a ball that's away in the strike zone, hitting it solidly to center field. South Carolina has something else going.
Here's the pitcher, Bo Taylor. The bunt is in order. King is charging from third. The bunt is foul. This is Bo Taylor, the pitcher, batting in the DH slot. Again, the controversy earlier in the game when starting pitcher Mike Cook pinch hit for the catcher, but the NCAA rules say a pitcher can only pinch hit for the designated hitter. And so Cook was removed from the game in the 9th inning. Taylor lays it down up the first base side. It goes foul. 2 strikes.
Now June Raines is in a tough position.
Got to try it one more time.
Well, I don't know if you do or not. Taylor, only his 2nd at bat of the year. He struck out his last at bat. It's going to be difficult for him to hit against a submarining right-hander. Here again, you know, you can put down the bunt. If he bunts it foul, it's out on strikes. It's really the rock in the hard spot. Not a lot you can do.
I'd go with a bunt. Well, the guy who's only been up once, got to take the chances on it. 2 strikes to Taylor. Throw to first. Dayton leads from first, nobody out. Top of the 14th. Taylor lays it down, fair ball. Patterson looks at second, goes to the second baseman covering, 1 man out.
Sam, you called it, and you called it right. Good job coming down to the fundamentals, getting the bunt down in a 2-strike situation. June Raines would have felt a lot more comfortable if he'd have done it earlier in the count. Good play by the first baseman. Patterson looked at second base. Here again, you need the out. South Carolina is conceding the out. Go ahead and take it.
There is Scott Mackey right now. Norm DeBryan takes a walk out to see if Dietz is okay. Runner at second. First, DeBryan talks with Doyle Wilson. Arkansas made a change in the infield. They have a new second baseman. Keith Kearns is in the lineup. Arkansas talks things over. Right here, we're in the top half of the 14th inning. Game 1 of the 1985 College World Series. South Carolina and Arkansas are scoreless as they discuss things right there on the mound. Right now, let's go to SportsCenter for an update on what's happening. Left-hander Fred Farwell, a junior from Nashua, New Hampshire, the #1 starter on the Arkansas staff this year, comes in to make his 2nd relief appearance of the season. Record of 10-1, 3.10 earned run average. And this is his 19th appearance of the year, 2nd in relief. You see the numbers, 113 hits and 113 1/3 innings. Good breaking ball pitcher.
Good pitcher.
That's Keith Kearns, the new second baseman, replacing Ellis Roby. Kearns is a junior from Salina, Oklahoma. Tim Dietz, great job. 6 1/3 innings, allowed just 2 hits, no runs. Right now, the runner at second is charged to Dietz. Walked none and struck out 3. What a job by Tim Dietz in relief for Arkansas.
Arkansas went with Dietz as long as they possibly could. The idea being, go with him as far as he'll take you, but don't let him pitch in trouble when he's into the late innings or longer than he has gone all year. Go ahead and go to the bullpen, bring out your ace, try to shut it off right here.
Dayton opened the 14th with a single. Was sacrificed to second by Bo Taylor, and now Scott Mackey, the center fielder, steps in. Mackey's played a good ball game. Played well defensively. He's had a base hit. 6 hits for South Carolina in the game, 7 for Arkansas. No score here in the top half of the 14th. Oklahoma State and Mississippi State standing by for game 2. Good curveball to the left-handed hitter. And of course, the fact that Mackey, a left-handed hitter, was coming in to face Dietz played a factor in the decision to remove Dietz and bring in Farwell. Picked off attempt at second, and Dayton is back.
Baseball really comes down to one-on-one matchups, the pitcher against the hitter, and you have to know what your talent is, what the other people have. And with Farwell, left-hander coming out of the pen, a good breaking ball pitcher, like him to throw the breaking ball to the left-handed hitter.
Breaking ball misses.
Farwell has good control. An average fastball, it's really pretty straight, but the curveball is his big pitch, and he'll use that for his out pitch.
1-1 to Mackey. Got a fastball over. I think he surprised him, had him looking for the curve. One-two with one man out. That curveball bounces in the dirt. Good job by Doyle Wilson of blocking it. Strange shadows now. The first band of shadows have moved past home plate. Batter got back in the sunshine for a moment. You can see it right there. And another band of shadows are coming through.
The next band will cover the entire infield if it goes that long.
Slow curveball. Seemed to hang up a little high and inside, but Mackey swung right through it.
Fred Farwell will change up on that curveball, as we just saw. That previous curveball was a good sharp one down in the dirt. Catcher making a good stop. This one is the slow curveball. Looks like it will never get to the plate. Mackey's still out in front, even though he waited as long as he could.
2 men out. And the right fielder Keith Killian steps in. He's had a base hit in the game, 1 for 5. Top half of the 14th. No score in the game. South Carolina with a runner at second, 2 men out. Curveball stays outside. Farwell. Here you look at Killian, the senior right fielder. He paid his dues. Backup outfielder for 3 years. And starting this year. Slow curve in the dirt. 2-0 to Killian. Being very careful to Killian. Lambert, the catcher, is on deck, and Lambert has only been up 1 time. Killian a little harder hitter than Lambert is. Good curveball that time.
Farwell will be careful to all the hitters. As a starter, you go into the ball game knowing it's the early innings. You're going to have time, if you make a mistake, that you got time to catch up. Not being used to being a reliever, he will be very careful to every hitter that walks up here.
Farwell, 5'9", 160 pounds, junior college transfers, first year at Arkansas. Fastball got the outside corner. Count is 2-2 on Keith Killian. Logan slips, recovers, and gets it again. Second time he slipped out in the outfield, but he's made the play. And the left-hander, Fred Farwell, comes in to stop the threat of South Carolina. This game is going to the bottom half of the 14th inning with no score. Sam Rosen and Paul Splittorff at Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha, Nebraska. This is game 1 of the College World Series. Can anybody score some runs here? What's going on? What happened to those big bats? The pitchers have done a great job. This is Bo Taylor, the 3rd pitcher for South Carolina. How about the frustration of a pitcher? These guys have really pitched well out there. First it was Cook, then Jenkins. Now Taylor, the 3rd man for South Carolina. On the other side, great job by Hilton, and then Dietz and Farwell. What about the frustration seeing no runs?
Well, Sam, that goes with the territory. That's always going to happen to you as a pitcher, that you're going to go out and pitch well, either have nothing to show for it, or at times even lose ball games when you've done a good job. Although when you have teams as good as the ones that are in this ball game today, it doesn't happen very often, and it's going to have to be something that the pitchers are going to have to deal with a little bit.
Jeff King, the 3rd baseman, number 4 hitter in the order for Arkansas, leads it off. Bottom half of the 14th inning.
I think maybe the pitchers read a lot of those articles that were written after the College World Series a year ago and took a little bit of a ripping, and coming back to show their wares.
Taylor got the outside corner with a good fastball. That one misses. King, a good hitter, coming in at 356 with 16 homers, 80 runs batted in, struck out twice. Count is 3-1.
And being a clutch hitter, he just might look for a pitch in a location here and try to go for the downs. He's got that kind of strength. He's got the experience. Feel that he is the best hitter at Arkansas since McReynolds. May want to take it on his shoulders, try to win it himself right here. He's got a pitch he can work with.
Hit hard but foul. We talked about pitching and defense, and we've seen it. Good defense as well. Only one error in this ball game, and that was made out in the outfield when Loggins had trouble picking up the ball out there. Really didn't get hurt by it.
Kicked the ball in the left center field and moved up one base, got a double instead of a single.
3-2 pitch. King fouls it.
That's the key to this ball game, Sam, is, and we talked about the things that you give away. These teams very evenly matched when you get this far along. You want to do the things you can do offensively, but you don't want to give anything away, either in the way of walks, errors on defense, mental mistakes. Nobody has given a thing so far.
King trying not to give in to Bo Taylor. Taylor likewise on the mound. Oklahoma State and Mississippi State standing by for game 2 tomorrow. Miami and Stanford in game 3. Texas and Arizona in game 4. Missed with a fastball, and King has led off the 14th, the bottom of the 14th with a walk.
This is the 3rd inning in a row that Arkansas has gotten their leadoff hitter on with no results yet.
Norm Roberts takes a long look down
Left field.
at Coach Doug Clark, the third base coach. Roberts had a double back in the 2nd inning when Arkansas had their big threat. Had runners at 2nd and 3rd with one man out, a grounder to 3rd, and Roberts was thrown out at the plate. He struck out a couple of times in this game. Hits that one hard down the line, a base hit going into the corner. Around 2nd is King on his way to 3rd. King is being held up. It's a double for Norm Roberts, and Arkansas has runners at 2nd and 3rd with nobody out here in the bottom half of the 14th. Roberts' 2nd double of the ball game. He ripped it down the left field line.
And the fans starting to boo a little bit. Think that maybe third base coach could send him, but one of the cardinal rules is baseball. You don't get thrown out at third base or home with nobody out. Now have runners on 2nd base and 3rd base. Good play by left fielder Rob Leinhart here, cutting this ball off before it gets to the fence. He's got the play in front of him. Comes around here. He's going to make the turn, going to try to score. The coach is the one that holds him up. If the base runner would have been his decision, he'd probably gone ahead and go. But the third base coach, knowing the situation, doesn't want to make a mistake right now.
There's Norm Roberts. Hit the ball well. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. June Raines, the head coach of South Carolina, is out to the mound to talk things over. Now, what's the strategy here? 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. What do you do?
You want to pick somebody to pitch to. You've got a base open, nobody out. You're obviously getting backed into the corner. What they're going to do is they're going to talk about how he's going to go about the hitter. He's going to talk to his infielders. They need to knock the ball down in the infield. He'll bring in the outfield to a distance where each one of those guys can throw out a runner on the plate if there's a fly ball to the outfield. The infield, you want to play into where you're comfortable, where you can make the throw to the plate if you need to, but you have to be able to knock the ball down, keep it in the infield, nothing gets through. The pitcher, he needs to go out there, throw strikes. If he gets behind the guy, don't worry about it too much. You got to continue to make good pitches. You've got to pick somebody to pitch to.
Okay, infield is in, outfield is in. No one out, 2nd and 3rd for Arkansas. Bottom half of the 14th. Mark Jackson, the right fielder, steps in. A walk and a double. That put runners at 2nd and 3rd for the Razorbacks of Arkansas. Jackson takes outside. Count is 1-0 on Mark Jackson. Takes low. You saw the second baseman, Keith Kearns, loosening up. Outside, count is 3-0 now on Jackson. Now they're going to give him the fourth one. They're going to give Jackson the fourth one intentionally, I believe, to load up the bases.
Bo Taylor came out and tried to make a couple good pitches down in the strike zone, giving Jackson an opportunity to hit the ground ball for him.
Right,
the pitches didn't work. Then he tried to pump one by him, just to get a strike. 3-0. Now you don't want to make a mistake. Groove one, have a guy sitting on a 3-0 or even a 3-1 pitch. You get so far behind in the count where you have to give in to him. Might as well just pass him on along the way and challenge the next hitter when you're even in the count.
All right, bases loaded. No one out for Arkansas. No score in the ball game. We're in the bottom half of the 14th inning. Keith Kearns, who came in to play second base, steps in. Kearns hitting in Derek Richardson's spot. Richardson was pinch hit for last time around. It's a ball inside. Again, the infield remains in. The outfield is in. Nobody out for Arkansas. Bottom half of the 14th. No score in the ball game. King at third, Roberts at second, and Jackson at first. June Raines coming out again. This time it looks like he'll make a pitching change. He wants a right-hander, I believe. And that's right. We'll get a pitching change as the right-hander. Steve Boley will come in. Steve Boley, a sophomore from Orlando, Florida. The fourth pitcher used by South Carolina in the ball game. Bases are loaded. Count is 1-0 on Keith Kearns. Taylor leaves. Taylor got out of a jam when he relieved Glenn Jenkins, but now leaves a serious threat on the bases. As Arkansas is primed to win Game 1 of the College World Series with the bases loaded and no one out in the bottom half of the 14th. Some big hitters standing by. Oklahoma State, led by All-American Pete Incaviglia, the home run and RBI king of college baseball. 47 home runs this year. Standing by to take on Mississippi State with Will Clark, All-American first baseman, Rafael Palmeiro. Oklahoma State, they're ready. They're just waiting for this one to wind up. Bo Taylor pitched 2/3 of an inning, allowed 1 hit, walked 2. And the runner at third, the winning run, would be charged to Taylor. And this is Steve Boley.
Steve Boley into the game now. With the bases loaded, his job is really pretty easily defined. Throw the ball as well as you possibly can. Get at least 1 strikeout here. Possibly a pop-up in the infield would be just as good, but he wants to make sure that every pitch he throws is the best fastball he can do or the hardest curveball that he can throw.
What a situation to walk into. Boley in his second year at South Carolina was 3-1 on the season with 2 saves, 4.03 earned run average. Herb Brown, what do you think's going to happen here?
I think they're going to squeeze right here. Let's see if it happens.
Okay, Keith Kearns stands in, bases loaded, nobody out. The squeeze is on, they missed it, and they've got the runner. King hung up, and Lambert tags him out. Herb Brown called the play, but Keith Kearns didn't make it work. 1 out, runners at first and second.
It wasn't a safety squeeze either. It was a suicide squeeze with the runner on third base coming. A fastball, a pitch out of the strike zone, down and away. Hitter's responsibility is you have to make contact with that, at least foul it off if you can't get it in fair territory. On the suicide squeeze, if that ball isn't put down, the runner is a dead man between third and home.
And that's what happened. There it is again. You see King get hung up, and a good play by the catcher Lambert.
And I think Irv Brown knows some signs down there. I don't see how you could possibly get a squeeze right there.
Curveball missed. I don't know if I'd have squeezed with nobody out and the bases loaded.
The element of surprise would be one thing in your favor.
Count is 2-1 on Keith Kearns. Runners at first and second for Arkansas. Fastball hit in the air, base hit right center field. Roberts is around third, heading for the plate. The throw by Kenyon is not in time, and Arkansas has won it. 1-0 in 14 innings. Delivers a base hit to right center field to score Norm Roberts to win it.
Fastball in the outer part of the plate. Good job of hitting after messing up the suicide squeeze. It takes a tough kid mentally to bounce back from something like that. Made good solid contact, found a hole in the outfield. Game-winning RBI.
1 run, 9 hits, 1 error for Arkansas. No runs, 6 hits, no errors for South Carolina. What a ball game to start the 1985 College World Series. Arkansas wins it 1-0 in 14 innings. Don't forget, SportsCenter is next, and then it's Game 2, Oklahoma State and Mississippi State. We'll be back tomorrow with Miami and Stanford as well, and Texas will go against Arizona. Final score, it's Arkansas 1, South Carolina 0 in 14 innings. For Paul Splittorff, this is Sam Rosen. Thanks for being with us. SportsCenter is next, and immediately after that, Mississippi State and Oklahoma State. So long, everyone.